right.
Well, look at this. We are officially live. This is the Radio Takeover with D Rivers. And look who I have with me today. Mr. Jimmy
Hey,
James, all the way from Seattle.
hey.
How's it going?
Shoot,
How you
just
doing?
me. I'm just sitting over there. Had got something in my eye, but other than that, I'm good. So if you see me scratching my eyes, because I don't know what I got in there.
That's all good.
Yeah, I'll keep it PC.
All right. Well, I always start out the show with how we met. Me and and all guests. So our meeting is a complicated one, believe it or not. You know where we met from the Seattle side.
Yep, Sea Monster. Yep.
That's right. But there's a little bit more to it that you don't know. So I'm going to share that with you today, so you'll be up to speed with how we met and everything.
All right.
You know Scotty, Scotty, the bass player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Scotty and I have a mutual friend in SoCal, and his name is Carmelo Bonaventura. He plays with Hunter and the Dirty Jacks. He found out that I wanted to go to Seattle, and he hooked me up with Scotty, and Scotty and I met. So Scotty hooked me up with the Sea Monster, which is how I met you and Woogie and Delvon. And let me tell you, audience, that night that I went to the Sea Monster Lounge, hey, Andrew's the owner, it was packed. I got up on stage, and I did not know at the time that I was graced with top-notch Seattle musicians. And that includes you, Jimmy.
Oh, thank you.
You and Woogie and Delvon and Scotty, I had the best time setting in with you all that night. It was so good. And when I heard you, I'm like, you know what? I gotta find a way to work with this guy again, because he's just too damn good. I gotta find a way to make this happen.
Oh, you up there making me blush right now.
But
you know that's hard to do. You know that's hard to do for us.
We tore it up. We tore it up that night, and like I said, I believe we did 2 songs, and I was blown away. Mm-hmm.
And I remember when you got up there to sing, and I'm not saying the word sing. For those who know, I'm not talking about sing. There's certain thing they say in church, singing, and you weren't singing. You were singing. And you got up there and started singing. We're like, who is she? And you got up there. I was like, no, we need to have her on the song. Come on now. And you got up there and ripped it. I think, did we play a blues or something like that?
We did. Yeah, Stormy Monday, I think it was.
Yep, that's exactly what it was. And you got up there and you sang the bejesus out of that song. And I'm sitting there like, well, we were sitting there like, who is she? And that's how I think that's how we connect the numbers and all that, because I was like, yeah, she can sing her butt off. So yeah, I remember that. I remember that day real well.
Well, I appreciate that. Like I said, I was blown away by all of you on stage. But singers and guitarists, we just kind of it's just that merging. You know how that works. So I'm like, yeah, I gotta find a way to work with him somehow.
Yeah.
But so we exchanged numbers, and time has passed. But you have went on to do some serious business. First off, I want to say congratulations on having a song that is now certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. That's her. Am I pronouncing that right? Her.
Yep.
And tell us the name of the song.
The song is called Slide. It was actually me and a producer named Mario Luciano. He's an up and coming producer. Me and him have worked together for last bit of 10 years, and he had been doing like samples and stuff, like not where you take record samples, but we would make stuff from scratch. And then he would make like these loops. He would have like organ or Wurlitzer, and he have a drum beat, something else, some other instrumentation. And then I would come in and play bass over the top of it, and then put guitar on it. And so we had
Right.
been doing that, and I guess Hearst people picked up one of the samples that he had, and then next thing you know, they used it in the tune. And so when you hear the intro of it, the guitar part you hear is my guitar part from the tune. So that's what they used, and it started gaining momentum when they said that it was what was it? It started becoming certified gold, as my friend Mario told me, and then next thing you know, like maybe a couple weeks or maybe a month later, it became platinum, and so there it is. So we were co-writers on that track, so pretty happy, pretty stoked about that one.
Now, how'd you feel when you heard that when it hit gold? What went through your mind?
You know what? I didn't know what to think. I'm kind of like, okay, like great, it's like certified gold. You're like, yeah, all right, But then, and I was happy just with that. I was like, if it stays certified gold, I'm fine with that. I can dig that, But then he was like, he messaged me. He's like, hey, it's now platinum. I was like, what? Really? Like, oh, okay, yeah, but it's, I still feel the same as I always do. I just want to make music, period, So it's just like wherever it goes, I'm hoping people are listening, digging it, So,
Congratulations.
Oh, thanks.
Don't forget about us little people now. You walking the red carpet at the Grammys now next year. Don't forget about us.
Heck, I'll probably still be wearing this hat. And it'll be like walking in there. Everybody else got this like Louis Vuitton and all that stuff. I'm like, no, I got this at Goodwill. So I'm like, I'm dressed the same as I always do. But like, I probably wear a suit coat with this hat, and they're like, what style is that? I don't know. So, I don't know. I would know what to do with all that stuff.
Wow, yeah, you deserve every bit of it too, because as the artist is going to find out later, you have really, from what little bit I know about you, it's been a long road, but boy, you've earned it.
Yeah, I just it's just like it's all about paying your dues, and it's like I'm still paying my dues, So it's
right.
Like that's how I look at it, like. You work hard, and that's what I've been taught, the value of hard work, from my grandmother and my sisters and my mother, and if it comes down to the Grammys, like I want the lady I want on my arm is my mother, so that's
there you go.
Sure, but other than that, she's excited about it, that's great, but other than that, it's just like the value of hard work is just. You stick in. I look at it like this. There's a saying I always want to say with it. There are three types of people in this industry. There are people who sort of want to do it. There are people who want to do it, and there are people who want to do it badly. And you got to decide which one of those three you are. You can't. It's not like multiple choice. It's like you have to select one. And I always know that I was number 3 from the very beginning, and so it's just like, I just want to play music with people I get along with, that I dig, and stuff like that, and who have the same chemistry and to the same thing, that's what it's always been for me.
We already have a comment, and see if you know the name, Darren Blacketer, I believe.
Yep, I know who he is, yeah. He's from near Tacoma.
He says, this lady is so right. All of you guys are amazing. Thanks, Darren, for tuning in.
Thank you,
Darren. I was really blown away because, like I said, this was, I would say maybe 3-4 years ago. Because, I had never been to Seattle before. So, I thought, the tourists, I can't help it. Jimi Hendrix's gravesite. I wanted to see what Pearl Jam recorded 10 and, and all this good stuff. And I had no idea. There's still a lot of talent in Seattle. There's a lot.
Yeah,
So
and it's funny
yeah, go
because
ahead.
we were way up in the upper echelon of the north, But so people are like, I don't know, people really notice us there sometimes, but they're gonna have to know, that we're here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. So let's go back to your beginnings when you were thinking about playing a musical instrument. Why guitar of all things?
Well,
How'd you get
I'll
started?
go further. I'll go further back than that. The first instrument I
Okay.
played that most people don't know, I started off playing drums. And the reason why I did that because my sister had a drum set. Actually,
Oh,
this is actually her old room that she used to play drums in. So I will never
oh,
reveal those pictures of me playing drums because I was about 4 and I'm in a shirt and my tidy whitey underwear, which I will never reveal to the world and nobody will ever see those. My sister, of course, had it on her refrigerator. I mean, and so she, all her friends saw it, but I hope nobody else will ever see it. Um, but she did. I started playing drums, but I knew I wanted guitar because um, my sister had like an acoustic sitting around somewhere, and I kind of just ran my hands over it at like 4, I think. But I
okay.
didn't really. The main reason why how I got into guitar in the first place was when I heard the Temptations, My Girl. When I heard My Girl, and most people who don't know who the guitar player is, if they don't know, his name is Robert White. He was a funk brother in the Motown house band, played on every session, every Motown record that came out, A side, sides, all that stuff. But he played that guitar line, and that guitar line and the guitar part from I Second That Emotion, that part, Eddie
Right.
Willis was another funk brother. Um, and well, there was 3 guitar players: Joe Messina, Eddie Willis, and Robert White. And
Okay.
Joe Messina, Eddie Willis played the melody guitar line on Second Emotion, and My Girl was Robert White. And those parts is what got me into guitar in the first place. Like I never knew guitar sounded like that. It was so straight ahead, not straight in a bad way, but straight ahead and to the
Hmm.
point. And there was no processing, there was no nothing. It was just straight guitar, and that was it. And that's just the sound of that really did it for me, and I really was into that. And when I heard My Girl, I would also hear stuff like Jimmy Johnson, who played the intro guitar
Hmm.
line to Aretha's Respect, and I was actually supposed to meet him actually, but he passed before I could do it.
Hmm.
But that was the stuff that I loved. I loved, like, for my age bracket, I wasn't into the kiddie songs. Like, kids love Sesame Street, they love all those songs. Nothing against it. I love Sesame Street, but I'm saying, like, the little kiddie songs that you listen to. I wasn't into that. I was into, like, as a kid, I liked, like, hearing, like, Who's Making Love to Old Lady by Johnny Taylor from Stax, like,
Hmm.
as a kid. And I was like 6 years old in kindergarten. I used to love that stuff, you know? Like, that was my musical taste. So it was very mature for my taste for a young age. But yeah, that's what
Right.
got me into guitar in the first place.
Wow. So when did you start um, exploring who played which parts on guitar in songs? Did this come later down the line? It just automatically just jumped at you, or how can you
Well,
explain
I
how
used
to?
to read. I used to take my mother's records and I would try to read the liner notes, on the back of
Hmm.
the album and try to find
That's
out who
right.
did what. And like I remember, like I was a big advocate of like the stuff that I was listening to growing up. I liked BB King, I liked Freddie King, Albert King.
Hmm.
I loved Chuck Berry, Elmore James, Muddy Waters, Harlan Sumlin, Howlin' Wolf. Who Harlan Sumlin was Howlin' Wolf's guitar player. Buddy Guy, people like that. I was big into, and then the cats. I would later on, when the internet became a thing, that's when I tried to find out who played on what. I remember listening to Motown records, and I wanted to know who the bass player was, because I was like, man, that bass is really kicking. Who is that? And of course, I found out no other than the great, legendary, one of the greatest bassists of all time, James Jamerson. And that's I used to read. I wanted to know who did what and how did it come about. Like, I'll give you an example. Robert White, when he did My Girl, when
Mhm.
that song originally was Smokey Robinson wrote that song, and it was originally supposed to be cut. It was him and Ronnie White, one of the Miracles, and they were supposed to cut it with the Miracles, not the Temptations at the time. But then they thought, we want something. We want to have the Temptations do it because they wanted David Ruffin. Because at first it was mostly Paul Williams was doing lead, and so was Eddie Kendricks. But they pulled David Ruffin up to the front because he had more of a raspiness, and they wanted like a sweet sound in the back. And so when they did the song, it was very plain as day. It was like C F. That's the way the song was. And what I read about the musicians was that they were like, nah, that's not what you're trying to do. It ain't gonna pop like that. So Jamerson came up
Right.
with the idea, well, what if we do this? Doom, boom, boom, doom, boom, boom, doom, boom, boom. Robert White, the guitar part, usually they have charts in front of them. But this time they had charts, but the guitar part wasn't written. So Robert White was like, I'm gonna try this guitar part. And at first he was actually gonna throw it out. He was like, it's not good enough. And he was gonna can it, actually. But they said, no, let's keep it and see what happens with it. And it's a good thing he did. It's a good thing that he did keep it because it really makes it. Can you even imagine that song without that part? It's the top 5
No,
guitar line known around the world. But the
I
sad, the
can't.
sad, the sad part about it is though, is that he didn't get recognized for it because they didn't start it. They didn't start, especially for Motown. They didn't start labeling musicians until 1971's What's Going On. But like Robert White, they said he was in a restaurant, My Girl playing. He tried like the waiter came up and he was going to tell the waiter, look, no, I played on, but then he just bowed down. And when his friends was like, how come you didn't say anything? And um, he said, nobody would believe this old fool played on that. And it was sad. And he died without ever knowing anybody knew he played on that. That's the sad part. You know what I mean? And him, like the other Funk Brothers, that's what happened to them. They all died and perished without getting the full recognition. I mean, they're getting the recognition now, but they're not here to
Right.
reap the benefits of it, which is sad, So, I like to be the person that, if I can, it's like, you know, like maybe help educate people on it who are into that sort of thing, and to educate them on, who played this, who played that. That's why it means so much to me because a lot of these people you don't hear in Guitar Player magazine. You don't hear about them. I mean, you hear the rock
Right.
guitar players and all that, but you don't hear about those guys. And those are guys that
No,
I looked up to. So yeah, sorry to go on a rant like that, but I had to say it.
no, that's fine. That's fine. That's the best way, and it's a shame, especially with digital downloads, you don't get to find out, if rarely, who's on the
Right.
music these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's how I started out reading
Right.
liner notes. It's important.
Yeah, it is. It's nice to hold that physical item in your hand and
Mm-hmm.
read and like take the sleeve out. And remember back in the day, like, you know, you could take a record, you take the sleeve out, and you read the lyrics, and it tells you who wrote it, and here's the verse and the chorus, and because half the time we can't ever understand what the words they're saying. You're like, what do they
Right.
say? The lyrics, you're like, oh, that's what they said. I've been saying it wrong this whole entire time. You know, you know. I remember I used to sit there and listen to like Chic's Good Times, and I couldn't never understand what they were saying. I thought they said uh, the bug, the bug, and I was like, what are they saying? And then I kind of realized I was like, oh, let's cut a rug. We're gonna jump this jitterbug. You know what I mean? That's what I didn't know. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they saying. But it was nice to read the lyrics so you can have an understanding of what it is. And it's like, yeah, and the sounds of records. I mean, I'm an '80s baby, so I grew up at the
Mm-hmm.
time when records were still a thing, but CDs were just coming in and laser discs. I even still remember the 8-track player. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Which, for those who were born in the '70s, they know but us born afterwards, they probably be like, what's an 8-track? And I'm like, well, I'll tell you one thing I learned about 8-track. My good friend I was in school with, he had his mother had bought him a Cadillac Eldorado, right?
Right.
And we went in
Mm-hmm.
there and we're like, man, and we looked and there was the radio. We're like, oh, that's an 8-track. But we have no 8-tracks. You know, we have cassettes. We know that. So I'm asking my
Right.
mother, I was like, can I borrow your 8-tracks? She's like, yeah, you borrow. Just, be careful with them. And I put them in and you listen to the track. You listen to like Brick House by the Commodores. And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
she's little brick. And you're, and it goes to the next track before you even finish the track. You're like, man, what is this? You didn't even finish the track. It already clicked to the next track. And you're like, and then you listen to that song, and then you listen to the next song that comes in, and it's like, and you're like, oh.
And you be getting into it.
Right, just like when records, you get a record, and you're sitting there and listening to the song, and it's like, you're like, I don't know, you take a tune like shotgun, and it's like shotgun, shotgun. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
And you have to flick the record player just a little bit, and then it finally makes it. Or if you accidentally scratch it, oh, that right there. If you scratch somebody's record, they hear, what you do to my record? You're like, oh, sorry about that. I've scratched plenty of records, so I know. But me saying this, probably nobody will ever let me borrow their records from this point forward.
So what was your first guitar? You remember playing your first guitar?
My first guitar was it was a $20 acoustic guitar that I got at a skate shop. And that thing was so cheap that the tuning pegs broke, so I had to use what they call it, wire pliers.
Right.
To tune it. And then after that, all the strings broke, so I only had 2 strings. So all I could play was the intro from Johnny Be Good, but I never could get to the rest of the song because all I had is 2 strings. Yeah, that was the first guitar I ever owned. And then the second guitar I got was from a pawn shop. It was a Harmony Rocket, which that thing, I loved that thing. The neck was bowed on it. There was all types of messed up, but I loved it anyway. Until the jack came in, and I was really upset.
Oh.
And then, the next guitar I would get, my mother had enough money, and so I got the Strat, Squire Strat. Well, I shouldn't say everything, but the Strat that I have, that everybody sees me with, the white Strat, that's the one I've had since I was 15.
Oh.
Yep. That's my baby. I don't care. I say that happily. That's my baby. So, yeah. But it's just like I think, and I've been told, hey, why don't you get this kind of guitar and get this kind of guitar? I'm like, yeah. I don't go out and get things because everybody else says it or wherever it is in the whatever. It's like, you know what?
Right.
Go get something that fits good to you. You know what I mean? When you pick up a guitar, it doesn't matter what the name it is. That's all irrelevant. What it is when you pick it up, it should give you some kind of excitement and makes you want to create so many different songs that you can't put it down. That's what the guitar is about because it's 95% the player and 5% the instrument.
Right.
It's like you could go. There are people who could go up and pick up Jimi Hendrix's actual Stratocaster that he played at Woodstock on the Star Spangled Banner and foot all the strings and have the same strings he had, same settings. It's not going to sound like him. Only he knew how that sounded, and it worked with him. It's not going to work with everybody else because the sound is in your fingers. The tone is in your fingers. It's not so much of what guitar I get. It's like you pretty much make anything sound like you wanted to, but it's with your hands. And when you work with that, the gear is secondary.
So are you a Fender exclusive? I mean, would you put your hands on any other brand or you're just devoted to
Fender? Well, Fender just made me a custom made Telecaster. Like
nice.
My friend, shout out to Johnny Ritchie, and Eddie Mack and Javier and Fender. Yeah, they helped make me a Fender Telecaster. But it was custom made. It's the Jimmy James signature model.
Nice, very nice.
Because I always thought I was like, man, I never played one, but I was like, oh, maybe I should get one. And then my friend Johnny kind of heard it, and we did a thing. Me and Delvon, we did a thing for Fender Play Live in honor of Curtis Mayfield, and
Oh,
so
very
I
nice.
always like the sound of Telecast just because of Steve Cropper, and so many others,
Mm.
the on the Stax records and all that good stuff, so I can dig it.
Well, we have more comments.
Yeah.
Darren says, he says, thank you so much, Miss D and Mr. Jimmy James. I am real happy to be in this moment with you both. Oh, those very kind words. Thank you, Darren.
Thank you. Amen.
And KJ, you know KJ?
Yep.
He's giving you the hey. And Steve Brannon?
Yep.
And he asks, is that where your nickname comes from? Jimmy Scratch James.
The nickname actually is in honor of there were the three people with the name James that influenced me heavily. Of course, one from Seattle, Mr. James Marshall Hendricks.
Mm-hmm.
James Brown.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
let's make it four. Jimmy Nolan, who is the guitarist for James Brown, who's
Mm-hmm.
he's the James Brown guitar sound, and the great legendary James Jenkerson. And even though he was a bassist, he influenced me heavily. Like just the way he played, like that man. I don't know. Words can't even say what that man could do. You know what I mean? Like when Hendrix was the guitar, is when Jamerson was the bass. It's like a
Right.
threshold you must cross to get to the other side. But yeah, I mean that's just what it is. It's just those people influenced me super heavy. And they were really heavy cats, for what they did. It's just like, I mean, what I wouldn't do if I could go back in time, I would
Right.
love to have met people. I really would have. Hendrix, of course, no doubt about it. I mean, all I can know is from stories from people who knew him. Some are no longer here who I've talked to who knew him. I mean, the man would have been 78 years old this year. That's crazy. You know, it's like you imagine what he would have been doing, and it's just so much that I would have wanted to say to him, because my connection, how I heard about it, was my late sister used to play a lot of like rock music, like a lot of classic rock and metal. And
Right.
I remember when I first heard Jimi Hendrix, I thought it was heavy metal. I thought it was current for its time, because I'm a child in the '80s. So my sister played all this, classic rock and heavy metal, and I thought Hendrix was heavy metal because I heard Purple Haze and Foxy
Right.
Ladies. So I thought it was really heavy. And Purple Haze scared me, but I wanted to know who is this man, this mystical man who's doing this stuff on guitar. Like, who is he? And after I heard it, I got older, and of course I asked my sister. I was like, "Where can I go see Jimi Hendrix live? Is he touring anywhere?" And then of course my sister told me the truth, and I was like, I was so sad. I was like, "No, I waited for this moment, but I didn't even know he was." I was like, "They're like he's from the '60s." I was like, "No way, he's current. He doesn't sound like the '60s." Because I know what the
Right.
stuff in the '60s sound like, but I was like, "No, he couldn't. No, he sounds too current." But realized that nope, he was, and I was born 11 years later and it's crazy to even believe that March this year it'll be 50 years since him and Janis Joplin both been gone.
I
Which is
know.
you know, it makes me wonder like what it was in those days. What was it? And I know from those who were there, and what it was for them. I only met one musician from that era that I listened to the records he played
Okay.
on. And that was Greg Rico, the drummer from Sly and the Family Stone. I met him. I met him in New York once, and I was playing for a group, and they were playing stuff by Sly and the Family Stone, and I don't know. Should I go on about it? I don't know. Maybe I'm overstepping it.
Yeah, we'll save it for part two.
Okay, we'll say it part two. I'll stop right there. Yeah, like
so, so by this time, you've had two guitars, and when did you finally said, "Hey, I want to join a band. I'm ready to do this." What was your first band?
I joined a band. I joined the blues band out of high school, where I was the young kid, and everybody else was like in their 30s and 40s. You
Right.
know, and I would sit in. I sat with one, I play with them, and then I sat in with another blues band. But lo and behold, I had to, not be near the bar because I wasn't 21 years old. Um, of course, that meant I had peach fuzz as a mustache, so to look like I was older, I would take my mother's mascara and darken up my mustache to make it seem like I was older than I was, and try to be like, and then be like, and my voice was doing this at the time. And so I was trying to like, hi, my name's no, and I play guitar, and I'm 21. And I tried that at a club once, and the bouncer looked at me. He was like, "Get out." I'm like, "What? I'm a grown man. I'm grown. Uh, and it didn't matter to him because he's like, man, you still wet behind your ears. Your breath still smell like black. Get up out of here." And I was like, oh, but I tried. Me and my friend got kicked out of the club because we tried to go and jam, but we were trying to, talk in our deepest voices we could. And it didn't work. It didn't work. We tried it, but unfortunately, it didn't happen the way it was supposed to happen. But once we got 21, then it was all good. So yeah.
So by this time, when you decided guitar was going to be it, how did you like? Did you sleep with the guitar? How often did you practice? Did you practice a lot, a little bit, every waking
I would
moment?
I would play in the dark. I would just sleep right with it next to my bed. Sometimes it'd be on top of my chest because I fell asleep with it. You know. Of course, got up just in time to realize where it was. I was like, oh, that's what's on my chest. You know. But I remember because I remember in high school we had this high school band, and most high school bands play jazz, but that's not what we did. We were like,
Right.
man, we want to play stuff by like Wilson Pickett. We would play stuff by like James Brown and Kool and the Gang. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we wanted to play that stuff. We didn't want to do what the other schools were doing. We're like, they're already doing that. We know what we like to do. So we play like Hollywood Swinging by Kool and the Gang and stuff like that. And some James
Right.
Brown, or Jungle Boogie, and that's what we wanted to play. And it's funny because how we started was, I was just new to it, guitar, and my friend who was like the same grade in a different class, he was like bass player. He'd just been playing bass that's the summer previous. He's like, man, I only been playing bass for like a few months. And he's
Mm.
like, man, I'm afraid to sound awful. And I said, well, man, come on to the band. We're all going to sound awful together, you know? And so, that's what we say. We're like, we're going to sound awful together. But we practice. We would, after school, we would go to his house
Right.
and we would go up there and we would practice. We would, we knew the basic structures of certain stuff. And then we started getting better. We started learning that stuff. But we, like, Hollywood Swinging was pretty easy because it was just, few chords here and there. It wasn't nothing complicated because we weren't playing real complicated stuff at the time.
Right.
But then, Jungle Boogie wouldn't happen until maybe a year or so later, because then we could, we practiced enough where we could move around that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it was just like we would always show up, and then sometimes we neglect our homework. I'm not saying any kids who are listening, I hope they're not neglecting their homework, but we did do that, and it was like that's all we wanted to do. It's like nothing else mattered. It was just like we have a talent show, we have that, and that's what we wanted to do. It was like our thing, and I was like the kid in class who all my friends had CD players and I had a Walkman. So I would always record all the records, all my mother's records, onto the tape, And so
Mm-hmm.
I have Chuck Berry, but I would have, Cliff Nobles and Cole the Horse, or I had James Brown or Curtis Mayfield or people like that. And that's what I was digging into. But I was digging into, like, of course, like Mustang Sally by Wilson Pickett, stuff like that. So I was really into that, that groove. And I'm still into that groove. Like I never get away from that at all. So, and blues has always been my roots. That'll always be my roots no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So blues
Well,
and
you know
soul.
what? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say that you left out one other genre, and that was you're a rocker too.
Yes. Yeah, it depends. It's like I liked groups that I listened to in the '90s. Jimi Hendrix,
Okay.
always. I
Right.
liked Lenny Kravitz. I
Mm-hmm.
liked Led Zeppelin, Nirvana, Blind Melon. Yes, I loved Blind Melon.
Okay. Shannon who? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just No Rain and stuff like that. I like Red
Mm-hmm.
Hot Chili Peppers, and people
Mm-hmm.
like that. But it was always just like, like that's what I listened to. But the reason why I heard a lot of rock music, again, to my sister, rest in peace, she
Right.
listened to a lot of, like, I heard, yes, I heard groups like Dire Straits, Fleetwood Mac, Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix. I heard Metallica, Judas Priest, Twisted Sister, um, Queen. Who else? I mean, I can. Rush was her favorite group. Like, she was a Rush fan to the nine. Like, anything Neil Peart can do, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Neil Peart, man, she knew everything there ever was on Rush. I think I know every Rush record ever made because I owned a copy of Moving Pictures. Because my sister gave me one because she had an extra one. But it's like I knew every Rush track from pretty much every record. Permanent Wave, Spirit of Radio, Vital Signs. Tom Sawyer from Moving Pictures. Grace Under Pressure, Roll the Bones, the whole nine. And so I heard a lot from her because she used to just play it and would blast it all the time. And that's how I know all about that stuff. And then my oldest sister was into a lot of classical music, but she was also into a lot of the pop stuff. She liked Madonna, she liked Lionel Richie, Cyndi Lauper, people like that. But then she liked classical stuff like Bach and Mozart and Felix Mendelssohn, or she liked some stuff like Nadia's Theme by Henry Mancini. People like that. So I grew up hearing that. And then my mother, she liked Motown Stax, but she liked country and western. Like I used to hear like stuff from Loretta Lynn or Patsy Cline, but then turn around and I'm hearing like the Everly Brothers, and then stuff by Sam Cooke, and Bobby Blue Bland. I mean, the list goes on. Marvelettes by Motown, all that stuff. So I grew up on that. So it's just a whole array of so many different things uh, we would hear, and you pick up on everything. And that's the reason why I you know, like play with Delmon. He knows just as much as I know. And then
Mm-hmm.
Boogie, I hope Boogie's out there hearing it. Boogie, if you put Boogie, myself, and oh boy, that'll be all weeks on this
Oh.
phone call for the next because we'll sit there and talk about music, and I'm telling you, I don't think you have enough battery power or gigabyte terabytes to hang out with them. We were going to talk about because we get to talking about music, and it's like, man, you know that track? Well, shoot, you heard this track? Well, check this out. You know that? I know that. You know that? What about this? You know that? I remember that time me and Wood and Delmon, when we played, we did a thing together where we could. I remember, and this on a side note, he sat in
Right.
with us. He did a show with us, and we played in Detroit. And we got cut off because they said go as long as you want, but we didn't go. We went past the time, and so they kicked everybody out. And we were so like, man, we didn't get to play everything we wanted to play. So some people from Detroit, these fans, invited us to their house to a house party.
Right.
They said, we got an organ set up, we got a guitar amp and a drum set set up. You play as you go. We went over there, man. We played almost until the sun came up. Because we were like, man, you know this one? Shoot, let's play that. You know this one? Let's play that. You know this one? Yeah, let's play that. Oh, man, you know that one? Yeah, I know that one. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't think people can handle me too much because I can go on and on and on and on about, oh, man, check out this guy. Because that's how much it means to me. I like to know who and what and how the song and how it started and how it became what it became. What were the roots of it? And that's important to me. You know what I mean? That's what I want to know, you know? And I'd like to sit with those people, and if they were still here, what would I ask them? A lot of things.
True.
They probably have to kick me out of their house because I'm talking too much. You know? So, I don't know.
You know, I'm going to have to get Delvon and Woogie, if they're listening, watching. You're next.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, like Woog is the type of person, he got so much of a record collection.
Oh my goodness, yes he does.
And me and him, oh God, I don't think it's too much because we can talk about it for hours. I've done that with people, friends of mine. I remember being on a 3-day tour with my friend Kelly Finnegan from the Atonements because I played on his record, The Tales People Tell. And we did that, and man, me and him and all, we sat up until 6 a.m. And I must have still kept going. I think everybody else went to sleep. And I was still sitting there listening to everybody else went to bed. I'm like, and that's just me. Like, I'm going to tell you, I'm a YouTube freak when it comes down to searching music and like, finding isolated tracks to a tune and finding that. Somebody's like, man, I wish I could hear the isolated tracks. Well, here it is on YouTube. Here, check it out. Find that. I'm like, man, I stay up until 8. Sometimes I stay up between either 5 to 8 a.m. Sleep for 2 hours and get back up and do the same thing all over again. That's just the way it goes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's all I do, like day in and day out. You might as well just call me Shazam. What they call it, Shazam? Is that database where here's something and it's just like, oh, it's this. So it was recorded 1979 at Atlantic Recording Studios in New York City. Like, I mean, I might as well work for them because like, the database is like, oh, this has this person. And who was it? One friend of mine asked me, he's like, I bet you don't even know which shoes Jimi Hendrix wore at the Hollywood Bowl. I said, white loafers. How'd you know that? Easy. You know what the man wore? I'm like, I don't know. It's just it's too much. It's gonna freak people out that are hearing this right now. They're like, yeah, you're crazy. I know. I can think that. Like to be a musician, you have to have somewhat a little bit of craziness. You know what I mean? Like, you know. But then people are gonna walk by me. Oh man, Jimmy James. Okay, I'm worried about him. He's crazy, you know. No, not like that.
You know, we have a lot of people that have tuned in and get some shout outs. You know, say thank you for joining in this episode. Ken Gabriel, who has a James Brown Association, that's coming up in the future. He's a guitar player.
Okay.
Ashley says, hello, Beth Kidd. What's up, Beth? Hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you again. Thank you for tuning in. Michael Butler from the Butlers, he's going to be on tomorrow. He's from San Francisco, so he's joined in, said hello. Michael Buell, who is a promoter. He is a promoter in the Bay Area. And he stopped in to say hey, and he wanted to give a little tidbit. It says, Guitar Shorty is Jimmy's uncle and taught Jimmy how to play. He's still out there playing.
Yep. Yeah, no, I know about
you do? Mm-hmm. Maxine Pope Hansen. Hey, she's out. MacArthur Tours. He joined. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And if you cannot catch the live performance, of course, there's going to be replays. And if you're watching this in a replay, hello, we're still at it. We're here with Jimmy James, Mr. Man About Town. He is a busy man, let me tell you. Busy. I when I contacted you about this, I'm like, you're like, well, when you want to do this? And I'm like, shoot, I need to get you like yesterday because you stay busy. You are always on the road.
Dude,
Man.
I forgot what day it is. Shoot, half the time. I'm like, what is it today? And I was like, it's Tuesday. I was like, oh, okay. Well, like, I don't know. I never know. I'm like, half the time, I'm like, where am I going? Shoot, I don't even know what age I am right now,
But you know what? That's a good thing, though, Jimmy, because I like from what I've seen and what I know of you, you are also dedicated. That's why I wanted you to be on this Legend series because I've heard you. I'm a witness.
Wow.
And I'm a witness to your play, and you
made it sound like you were in church for a second when you said that. You said,
I'm a witness.
I'm a witness. So I was like, can I get a witness? Like, can I get an amen? Well, like, we gonna put around the collection plate, everybody, and we gonna baptize them in the name of Jesus. Yes. The upper room. Let's put some water on him and baptize him. Jesus, ladies and gentlemen, you need to talk to these children. Oh God! I thought I was gonna do that on here, but I guess I had to for a minute.
So what was the?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's okay. What was your first? Here we go. Professional band, and how'd you feel about that band? And give us a little insight on that.
Ooh, where would I start? Okay. First professional band. One that I ran or that I wrote the music for, or just any group?
Oh, a little bit of each. A little bit of each.
Ooh, man, it's been so long. I didn't even think on that. I played. The one group I played with that started doing groups there was a group called The Collective that we had, and that was just a 3-member band. It was just me, guitar, bass, drums, instrumental. Then we did shows around Seattle, for barely nothing. We did that, and we would do our own thing and play a little bit of covers here and there. But there's some recorded material somewhere. Well, I don't even know where. My first group I toured with might have been. Let's see. I'm trying to remember which one came first. It was a hip hop band called the Prophetics, and there was a group called Chris Orlowski. And I think it might have been Chris Orlowski was the one. He's from Seattle. He's a singer-songwriter. I did a session thing with him, and I did my first tour with him, I believe, where we did a tune on his record, and he wanted some of the guys who were in the studio with him to go on the road. And I had never played in California before. I never really even ventured out, really. So I went to California. We played all down California, San Francisco, all the way to San Diego. And that was very fun. Like, it was my first experience. We did a music video on the way. We did this one show. I think it was in San Fran. I believe it was San Fran that I will still remember as the funniest gig I ever did. We played in this thing where everybody goes out and they have a party where it's like a free-for-all. People can drink and smoke weed, walk around naked. And he did a tune, I think it was called Small is Beautiful, and there was these guys who were were naked. And they were doing they were doing kind of a dance, so everything was jiggling, in every which way. Yeah. There's a picture of me laughing in the background. That's like somewhere. And he said the wrong song at the right. Small's Beautiful, and it's like at the same time, it's like this is happening, So. I don't know what happened, but we were laughing. I was laughing so hard. He's like, He was like, man, that's cold. And I was like, hey, I'm not out front singing, so I don't have to worry about it. You know? But yeah, that was hilarious. But yeah, that was the start right there. Was those bands.
What was your shining moment in those bands? I mean, what made you realize when you were playing in those bands? It's like, yeah, yeah, I'm going to take this to another level.
Well, it was just kind of like, they would let me do my thing, like once, like, the song was really singer songwriter, so we did what we did, but they would let me do my thing on one of the songs, what I mean, every night,
Right.
so they let me just do my thing, get out there and get loud and blow up an amplifier or two, something like that,
Mhm.
and so that was the thing that and it was like after that, you go out there, you go on the road, and you go from hotel because, like I said, I've never been, I've been.
Mhm.
So it's like you go from hotel, you go certain places, you see
Mhm.
you see the freeway, the highways and byways, and you
Right.
see those things, and you meet different people from different walks of life, which is a beautiful thing, to get out there and see something outside of where you're from and see how people do their thing differently over there, their way of life, how they talk, or their, foods and cultures and stuff like that, and buildings. So you get to see those things, and it's like one of the most beautiful things you can ever run into. Everybody should have a chance to, at least do that, because once you get cooped up, and not go out there and see everything, it can make you kind of like, oh, what's going on? Why, I'm here. But I like to
Mhm.
just go out and check things out, and go to different, you know, roads and stuff like that. But yeah, I like to check out different things, and
You know, go
yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Oh no, no. I was going to say that it does make a difference the more you step outside of your home base or
Hmm.
wherever you live. Yeah, it just makes a big difference because once you get to see what other cities or other states or whatever other countries are doing
Right.
musically, it adds to your flavor.
Yeah, the one place that I went to go travel to, and I stayed there just to go someplace really completely different. I went to New York, and I stayed there for about a year or so.
Right.
And New York is like, they say you can do New York, you can do it anywhere. And so you go to New York, and I think that's true. You go to New York, and it's like it's a whole different ballgame. I mean, everything is running fast. People walking fast. People talking fast. There's a lot of things going on in New York. The hustle and bustle of New York. You hear the traffic. You hear the streets. The trains and everything. I love it there. And it's like I went in there to learn about myself. I went there, and
Right.
I used to sit there and try to sit in with groups and stuff like that. Some groups wouldn't give me a chance, at first. Doors
Mhm.
would get slammed sometimes because they don't know who you are.
Right.
And I
Right.
remember there was a band that was in Washington Square Park, and I asked if I could sit in. Mind you, I'm brand new. I'm coming there, and I didn't look the part in New York. And I'm a backtracker just a little bit. When I said I didn't look
Sure.
the part in New York, I had a guy look at me, and he said I was in Harlem. And he takes one look at me. He says, "You must be from the West Coast." I said, "Why?" He's like, "The way you walk slow." He's
Oh.
like, "And the way you talk and the way you dress, oh, you must be from Seattle." I said, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, "Because you still dress like it's the grunge era, and you guys sound like TV broadcasters when you talk." I was like, "Oh, wow." I didn't think about that until I realized, and I hear it playback. I was like, "Oh, we do," you know. But going to back to Washington Square Park, I went and I tried to sit in with a group, and I asked if I could sit in, and the guy was like, "No," and he goes back around and plays again, right? You know, and I said, "How come?" He's like, "I don't know you." So I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh.
So
Mm.
that happened, because usually, people are just like nice about it. So
Mm.
I was like, "Okay, all right." So I came back the next day.
Right.
I said, "It's okay if I sit in." He looked at me again. No, they give me a chance. So this
Mm.
happened for a few days. On the last final day, I think it was like the fifth day. I was like, and I was persistent. I was gonna take no for an answer. So I said, "It's okay if I sit in." He's like, "You keep asking me the same thing, and I've told you the same thing. Why do you keep asking?" I said, "Well, give me a chance. You know what I mean? And if you don't like it, I won't come back. But I'm just saying, give me a chance. That's all I ask. You know." So he's like, "All right, I'll tell you what." He's like, "We get you in here." All right, everybody. The band was there. He's like, "Okay, we're gonna see what he does. Band, don't play with him. Y'all are going to. He's going to play by himself and prove himself." So I sat there. I had to play solo by myself. And after that, they opened the doors, and then everybody was good after that. And then they let me in, and I was able to play. Same thing happened in the village. You know, I went down and I played, and you know, they at first they resisted, but they were just like, "Yep, we're gonna see what he does." You know, otherwise don't come back here if you do. You know, you don't. You know, and I was like, "Ooh." And it's rough. You know, that's the way it is. But you know what? I wouldn't. If I could do it all over again, I'd do it all over again. You know, and I don't take it as at first I take it like I take it back by like, oh man, what, you know, but I realized that that's just the way it is. So it's like you have to pay your dues, you have to prove yourself. So other than that, they let me do my thing, and after that was good. It was smooth sailing after that, you know, because I, you know, in New York you have to really prove who you are before the doors open up. You have to prove who you are, and
Mm-hmm.
it was great, you know, and I love it. And I wouldn't take that. I wouldn't. That was an experience that I will cherish forever. You know, the rough times, through the rough times and all. It's just like it was worth it, every second of it. You know, and I wouldn't
You
take
know,
that back for a minute.
I was gonna say, the person who kept turning you down at first, were they an older person?
They were older. They were older than me, but I expected it that was going to happen after a few times. But I was going to be persistent. You know, I'm not going to like. You know, I'm like, I kept being persistent. You know, I was just like, I wasn't just going to run with my tail between my legs and say, oh, no, I'm going to run. Like, no, I was going to be persistent. I was like, you know, give me a shot, you know.
You know, the reason why I asked that is because I'm the older person, and that same similar situation has happened to me more than once. But I don't know how it is now, but I had a situation where this I wanted to talk business with this bar owner. He was older, and he pulled me over to the side. He said, "Let me tell you something. I don't discuss business during work hours. You call me before I open my doors." I thought he was being an ass. I'm just being honest. But he
Right,
was trying to teach me you never do business or talk business with anybody in a bar setting because they're drinking.
right. Oh, I get it. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
And I didn't get it. And I met up with him some years later before he passed, and I told him thank you. He said I figured you'd get it, but I think that same guy, that guy that you're just talking about, was trying to teach you a lesson.
Right. And it was about persistence and how much do you want it, you
That's
know?
right.
And
That's it.
that goes back to what I said earlier. The three types of people in the business. People who sort of want to do
Hmm.
it, people who want to do it, and people who want to do it badly. How badly do
Exactly.
you want to do it? You know what I mean?
That's it.
Because
That's it.
it's just like some people will run from that. They're like, oh, I can't take this. I'm supposed to earn this. And it's like, no, it's not. You're given that. And it's like, no, you're not given
Hmm.
that. You have to earn it. You have to show your allegiance of how much do you want to sacrifice. How much do you want it badly enough? You know what I mean? And if you don't, can't get mad. You know what I mean? It's you know what I mean? It's the same story I heard when my cousin's grandfather, who was in a band with Jimi Hendrix, when they both
Right.
went to Garfield together. And he told me about how Hendrix started. And he's like, Hendrix wanted it. He wanted it badly than the rest of us. You know,
Hmm.
he was
That's right.
constantly at it, constantly at it. You know, he
Right.
just he walk around with the guitar. Being Billy Cox said, sometimes Hendrix would walk into a movie theater with his guitar, playing the guitar in the theater, and walk out playing. You know what I mean? That's how, and didn't even have a guitar case. They said one time he got chased by some hooligans, and he went into a cornfield, and they said to get away from the hooligans, he hid in the cornfield. Hendrix hid in the cornfield. That's according to Billy Cox. Hendrix laid on top of his guitar and sat there quietly until they went away. You know what I mean? That's why I think Billy Cox, and that's why we hear him say in Red House, I still got my guitar.
Yeah.
That's explaining that moment. But he wanted it bad enough. He would walk in there, and he'd walk into a movie theater, he'd walk somewhere, and he'd constantly walking through, you know, and that's not the first time I heard that. There was an older gentleman, his name escapes me, and he passed many years ago, but I remember him telling me that same story. He said Hendrix used to walk around with a broomstick through the Central District all the time, playing a broomstick until he got a ukulele, and everybody used to call him Buster because that was his nickname. And because he liked, there was a movie he liked to watch, and he started being him, so they call him Buster. And he said every time they would see him, they say, "Man, that kid is going to go somewhere." He's always constantly with his guitar. And sure enough, you know, we know him as, you know, the man with the guitar. And that was something, you know what I mean? To read and hear about those people, you know, hearing about people like James Jamerson, where he wanted the bass so bad, they said he stopped playing piano, and his friends said they were in there was an old abandoned house with an upright bass. And Jamerson took one look at that bass. He says, I'll have that instrument figured out in 3 months. He came back 3 months later, he had it figured out. Or is what they would call it. It's the same thing or as the saying goes by Robert Johnson, they went to the crossroads and, you know, met the devil there, you know, to help him play that guitar. And they went to the crossroads and fell down on their knees and, you know, as it goes, you know. And you hear about people who has started off that way, and they were just so hungry, you know. And it was just like for me, it was just like I couldn't think of nothing else. I didn't want to do homework. Like friends can tell you that I went to school with will tell you. Like I remember in school, people go off to lunch, right? Not me. You know, I would go get some red licorice and a soda and go sit in the corner with the guitar all day. Every time between breaks or between school, like lunch, I would always play, you know, or I would go in the back room or somewhere, you know, maybe in the bathroom because I could hear the acoustics better, you know, or I would go back, you know, back behind the portables and do that. That's all I wanted to do. That's all I still want to do, you know, nothing else. You know, there's not much out there. Like, I don't really have any hobbies, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like, I don't want to, like, I can't, you know, I'm not going to take up, you know, cooking or something like that, which is great, but it's not something that I think about. It's like, even when I don't have my guitar on me and I have a certain thing in my head, I'm either singing it to my phone so I can go back and play the guitar later, you know? And it's, you know, it's always the case. But that's just what it is for me. And music just feels like it puts me in a place. It puts me in another place where it's like sleeping, you know? It's like sleeping in the womb, I guess you could call it, you know? Where it puts me in that real good zone where I don't have to worry about anything that's going on in the world or anything else. It's just like you're in this moment, and it's just like, and it transcends all space and time. You know what I mean? It's like feels like you're floating out in space. Nothing is holding you down. Nothing is holding you back. Time is irrelevant. None of that means anything. It's just you get out there and you're just in this wonderful space, and it's real warm. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's the only way I can describe it, really. You know?
Oh, I understand. You know, and you know, when you love music that much, that's, you know, it just takes you away from all troubles and all kinds of drama, and you know, it's like a being in a bubble almost when you hear music or when you're playing it.
Right. Like you're off into some other dimension, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really even. And I mean, that's the only way I can describe it, and that's the least. But in my mind, it's just like I don't even like music is not even something that like when I'm in the middle of something, I don't think about. It just
That's right.
happens. And where that happens and where it comes from, I don't know. It's just whatever feels good. It's like I could sit there and I could play a tune. Like for example, I'm sitting over here right now. I don't know why I did it, but straight. Like it's like I got an acoustic guitar. I was sitting there, we were talking about music, and I was like, I don't
Right.
know why I feel like doing something. But it's just
Yeah.
that's what it is. It's
Oh,
just
nice,
like
nice.
if I can find out where my guitar pick is, there it is. But it's just like and the guitar might be, the guitar might be out too, but it's just like I mean I might play something like and my guitar. Sorry, it's out of tune though. But if it's out of tune, it doesn't matter. But it's just like I might be sitting there like I mean right now, it's just like I feel like now that the light is coming through the window, we're sitting here talking. I might like something will influence me to play something like that makes me just like when I hear people talk.
Oh, see, we're gonna start writing a song. You better look out now.
See, that's what it does. Like I can sit there and play out and it makes me feel like playing something. Like I'm like, you know what I mean? But no,
Very nice.
next thing you know, we probably up there. We probably end up writing a song right now just because
That's
of
right.
like that.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
you feel me that track you played just earlier. And I'm like, okay, here we go. All right. Next thing you know, you're like, okay, I got a song on the records. All right, good. We got a 45. It's just that's just all I think about. Like I can't, like when I play music, not only the dimensions, but and not to get on a sad tip, but
Right.
I think of my grandmothers. I think of my mother. I think about my sisters. I think about both my sisters who are gone now. And I think
Right.
of them. And when playing music, a lot of times when I say in a different dimension, it makes me feel close to them. It makes me feel like I'm there. Like I feel like I'm embraced with them. And it's the one. And when the music is starting, I feel like I'm right there with them, and they're sitting there smiling next to me. And I feel them. And then when the music stops, it's almost like I'm sucked away from them. So it's like I don't want the music to end. I want it to just keep playing because I feel like I'm with them, and I feel like it feels like I'm like it's gonna sound weird to people, but it feels like I'm like we're touching foreheads. You know what I mean? Like I'm touching me
Right.
in my forehead, and we're we're all fit like chakras, of that. And so
Mm-hmm.
of that nature, and that's where I feel them the most. Is in that. And when the music stops, I feel like I'm not there. So it's like I don't feel like I'm with them. So it's like I want the music to continue, keep playing, because that's where I feel the most comfortable. You know, nothing. And there's nothing there. You don't have to do with any negativity or positivity or any of those things. It's just you don't even have to worry about feeling hungry or feeling sad or happy or angry. Nothing. It's just you're in this. You're there. It's a weird thing to describe. You know. But even I can't, like I said, that's the best, that's the most I can put the words into. But even the words can't describe it. It's still
Right.
limiting to where I'm at on that.
And you just came up with that riff just out the blue,
Just off the
just
fly.
like that.
Well, that was just because we were sitting here, we were talking, and a lot of times I like to listen to the rhythm of people's voice and when they talk. Like
Right.
I like hearing people talk. Or I sit there and I'm like watching, like trees sway or the traffic of cars or something, anything that's in nature. But mostly it's like when people are talking, they're talking amongst themselves. And I sit there and I was like, this is what I'm hearing from their voice. So that just makes me want to come up with a song that makes me want to play something. You know, it's just
that's a gift.
yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't. It might not make sense to the general public, but it makes sense to me. It makes sense. Like like I said, I hear people talking, and a lot of times it's just like I feel like, oh man, they're talking a certain way. I hear a rhythm in their voice or a certain inflection or phrase, and it makes me want to just start playing something to whatever they're saying, and then I just start playing that, and that's where the music comes from.
That is a real gift.
Well,
Not
well,
everybody has that.
oh, no,
They
I
don't,
just tune
Jimmy.
in. It's just all about tuning in and turning it on. It was like So I hear those things all the time. It's weird, but I've done that in front of people. People sitting there, why are you playing guitar in front of me? I don't know. You were talking a certain way, so I felt like playing something to the sound of your voice. Because everything is musical. Everything is musical. You know, in so many ways. Like your heart beats, that's a rhythm in itself.
Yes, it
You know,
is.
your voice has a pitch. Your voice has a certain pitch. Every voice has a pitch or a micro pitch.
Mm-hmm.
You can sometimes like a lot of times I like to stay up late because like especially until 4 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 3 or 4 in the morning, because then the world is quiet. You know what I mean? You don't hear anything. It's just like you hear just the natural sound of the planet. You know, not to get
Right.
into some crazy
No,
stuff,
I
but
understand. I
you
understand.
hear the quietness of the road, and then you're like, man, is this what nature sounds like? So it makes me want to play something. I might be out somewhere in a field and I feel like, oh, this is what it reminds me of. And the trees or something like that makes me want to play this. I don't know.
Mm.
It's a crazy thing, but that's how I hear it though.
It's a beautiful thing, is what it is.
Well, yeah. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, how many bands you've been in? We're going to get to Delvon in shortly, but how many bands have you been in before Delvon?
Ooh,
Ooh.
I would have to get back to you on that one. Like, because if you're asking me for sessions and band, if it's sessions or band, that I'd have to go back. Like I have to go back in time. I might have to go back through like timelines to remember all that stuff. You know what I mean? Let's just put it. It's enough where I can't remember certain sessions that I was on. I'm like somebody play something. I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Like I didn't even remember that session. Somebody played a song. I'm like, I forgot I even played on that. And so yeah, that's a tough one. I mean, I can tell you ones I've been in with for a long haul, like F2D at the Sea Monster for the 10 years that we did.
Hmm.
2020 actually marked. I think it marked 2020 marked this year 10 years. That we did that same residency for so long.
10 years.
10 years of doing that. Like we started off as a three-piece band, me, Woog, and Mark Matry, and we
Right.
did that as a three-piece, and then we expanded and got horns, got singers, got keyboards, that sort of thing. So that's where I'm at with it though. But yeah, keeping count of bands. Ooh, yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. 'Cause, I don't remember. I don't remember even all the sessions I did. I'm like, okay, yeah, I did play on that. So yeah.
So, between being in the studio and performing live, do you have a favorite?
I mean, I started off as a session player, so really nothing really changes too much.
Okay.
Out of the studio, it's like when you've been in the studio and you've done it so long as a session player, it doesn't really change. It's like whether some people can play live but not studio, or some people can do studio and not live. And studio takes a lot of things. Because, if you're a live musician, you're used to audience, and then you go to the studio. It's like hard for some people, but me, it's not. It equates the same to me. You know what I mean? It's like but like each thing is played different. It's like I might play in the studio one way, but I might play it different another time. So it's like I don't really think I don't really get into the whole thing of like I don't really worry about it too much, because I I tend to how do I describe it? Um, being in the studio, it's really like I said, it's not really too much of a difference. Not difference. It's just
Right.
I play differently, and it's like even if I did a third take of the same song, it wouldn't be played the same. Like what I play 1 minute is different than I play the next. It's like I don't play it the same way. And I don't remember how I played it that way. I mean, I know the basic structure, but the feeling is
Right.
different. And then it's like you go from one place to another, it makes you feel different. Than what you did in the studio or the day before that, or you may play the song for the upteen time, but you're still not playing it the same way as you played it because you feel different. So I don't know. That's just where I'm coming from.
We got have a couple of more comments here.
Okay.
This is from both are from Steve. That deep love and knowledge of the music lets Jimmy and Delvon Lamar riff back and forth in the middle of a song.
Uh, oh yeah, yeah. We do that a lot. Oh, thanks, Steve.
And Steve also says, "Thanks, y'all. It is so cool to hear Jimmy talk about how he feels, the rhythm of the world around him, and especially the strong connection with his family during a song. Amazing. That is a real gift."
Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's just with music. It's like I said, music. It's like I put it like there was a great quote by James Brown, and some people might be religious, some people might not be. But he's
Right.
like, when people go to church, they go there to lose their problems, not gain them. You know, and that's what music is. It's like what I believe what music is. It's like a prayer, but at the same time, it's like everybody's going in there, and it doesn't matter what your age or race or whatnot. It's more of
Right.
just like it's like everybody coming together and leaving their troubles behind. Like the stuff outside. The problems they've dealt with.
Hmm.
Let them forget for at least a small amount of time. Even if it's like 45 minutes to an hour or something like that. You get to you get to lay your burdens down for a second. You get to take your hair down and do that. And that's the way it should be. It's not about this, about being divisive or something like that. Music is supposed to
Hmm.
uplift and influence. At least that's what I hope it does. At least that's what I know it to be.
Right.
Um, it's like Curtis Mayfield said the best quote I ever heard in an interview he was doing in Germany. He said, "We're not only here to entertain, but to educate." You know,
Mm.
And that's the reason why Curtis Mayfield is still revered to this very day, because he not only entertained, but he educated, and the music made you think, what I mean? And
Hmm.
that's the way it should be, it's like, like let's uplift, but also influence and make people feel good, what I mean? When even if they're down or they're going through something, and that's the thing, that's the way it should be, that's in my mind, that's what I feel it should be. I can't speak for nobody else. Um, but it does make a whole lot of sense, because we're in a time right now where it's gotten really out there, and a lot of things as we all know, everybody who's out there, they know what's going on, and
Hmm.
and it's just like it's a time where it's just like, okay, you know, makes you want to think and like not only just like shake your boogie or whatever, but also just make
Right.
you forget about trouble sometimes and really just get people people come together regardless of their political views or this or that. Those people don't need to know all that. They just sit there like, hey man,
Oh,
I dig the music, you dig the music too. Oh man,
that's right.
okay, let's be friends, and let's hang out with each other and get to know each
Hmm.
other. That's the connection that should be made. But you know and some people might not feel that way, and more power to them. But that's just in my mind. So I don't know. That's why I'm at.
Right.
Yeah. But
So
no,
do you,
sorry,
do
sorry.
you, do you want to talk? Oh no, that's okay. No, no, that's fine. No, you're fine. Um, do you want to talk about Delvon now? Do you? Is there any? Am I
Yeah.
missing anything before we get to that?
Um.
Oh, I know what I'm missing. I
No,
I
go ahead.
forgot. Now, was Miss Sharon Jones part of being with Delvon or no?
No, 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 no. No, we did a tribute to her though. But if we're gonna speak about Sharon Jones, I can get to that.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it. Go for it.
I will go for it because now everybody who knows me, who knows anything about me, knows that I had a big crush on Miss Sharon Jones. There is no doubt about that. The video will prove otherwise. Anybody want to click on that video of her at that last performance will tell you how much of a crush I had on her. There are pictures to prove that. Even the band said so themselves because they call me James Jones. Because and for people who don't know out there, because you mentioned it yourself that she was your aunt, wasn't she?
Cousin. Cousin.
Cousin, right? Cousin.
First
Sorry.
cousin. Yep. That's all right.
Yep.
That's okay. Yeah.
And Sharon was just like I was the biggest fan, and I'll tell you how it started out.
Mm-hmm.
I was at a friend's house. We were sitting there, and I got up extra early in the morning. I don't know why. I just felt like it, and it was like so. I got up and I saw some like he had some, I went to get some drink, some water, or whatever, and I went
Right.
and I thought, he had some CDs lying around. So I was like, "What's this?" And I was like, Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings, and it was the Dap Dip album, the Dappin' and Dippin' with Sharon Jones, the first album.
Right.
And so I was
Right.
like, who's these? Who's these people? So I put the CD on, very low. Of course, they didn't want to wake them up. I was like, ooh, and I heard, got a thing on my mind, right? And pick it up laying the cut. So I thought it was like from the 60s, something like that. I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, so I asked about them. They was like, man, have you heard Sharon Jones' Deputies? I said, no, I haven't heard them. They're like, I like their stuff. I said, man, this must be from back in the 60s. I was like, no, they're current. And I was like, no, get out of here. Stop banging that place like that. Not in this day and age. What are you talking about? They're like, no, Sharon Jones is current. I said, no, couldn't be. So a friend of mine had some spare tickets.
Okay.
One of my friends had bought a ticket, but he got me a spare ticket. He says, I want you to go see him. I said, this I got to see. So they came to Seattle. It was a hot summer day, too. I remember it. And I remember reading something in the paper that she said, and I remembered it word for word. So the place was hot. I don't know how the Japanese wore them suits in that hot day, in that hot building, but they somehow made it. The band dropped on the one real quick and did the first intro song. I was blown out of I was blown away. I was like, Sharon hadn't even come on the stage yet. So I was like, whoa, what am I about to see? This is like a real soul review. The only thing I've always imagined. And I sat there, my eyes were I was transfixed. I had never been to a performance like that. And so I've never been there, not a performance like that, but so after the show was over, and I waited in line, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hi, Miss Jones. I like, and this is exactly how I said, hi, Miss Jones. I like what you said in the paper, and I really agree with what you said. And she was like, what's your name? She's like, what's your name? Boop-a-doop. That's because she liked to say that. Right? She's like, what's your name? Or she's like, Boop-a-doop, baby. I said, Jimmy James. She's like, Jimmy James. Well, okay. You are, and I said, I really like your music, and I'm a huge fan. This is my first show I've ever came to see you guys. And she's like, oh, you are too. She's like, you are too cute. Come over here, sugar. I'm gonna give you some. Come over here, baby. I'm gonna give you some sugar. And she kissed me on the face, baby. I'm gonna tell you, I was like, I want to have her kids. Right then. Yes, everybody, y'all heard it right. I wanted to have her babies right then. I'm not gonna lie. I sat there, and she kissed me on the face, and I blushed. I think my skin color turned different than what it was, and I blushed red. My skin went to a different color than it ever has, and it's like, and I sat there. And she was like, and I was sitting there, I was sprung from then on. Not only just the music, but she just, no, I ain't gonna say nothing dirty up in here, so I'm gonna keep that to myself. But I'm just gonna tell you, I'm sorry, y'all. I ain't trying to get dirty up here, but I'm just gonna have to tell it like it T.I. is. She when she kissed me on the face, I was like, when can we get married? Where can I buy the ring? Should I go to Ben Bridge Jewelers, get you a diamond ring you can skate on? What do I need to do? Because I said, I said, I don't care. I was in love after that. And let me tell you, I showed up to every show. And this is how anybody, my friends can tell you. I
Right.
would show, I was shaved. Not like this. I wasn't looking like this. I shaved
Right.
every follicle. I would take pictures and pluck every hair out of my face to make sure my shave was looking good. Right? Made my hair look good. I got my clothes pressed. Would go out and buy flowers that were freshly cut that day. Put on the most expensive cologne that I could find. And I would come up to the stage, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll be the first person before the doors will open. I'll be the first one in. Be in the front of the stage, right? Did you ever remember watching the Apollo back in the 80s?
Yes.
Do you remember that lady who used to be in the front of the stage all the
Every
time?
time. Yes.
Every time somebody started, Keith Sweat would come up and she'd be rubbing his legs and all that. Now, I didn't do all that, man, because I would have got slapped if I did. But I'm telling you this. I would show up with the flowers, and I would have the best looking flowers there. And I had my suit. I was tripping clean, right? She come up, and she's like, "Ooh, somebody brought me flowers." She's like, "Oh, Jimmy James, you brought me flowers." I said, "Yes, Miss Jones." You know what I mean? And she pulled me up there, and she starts singing to me. And I'm sitting there like a snake, like she's the snake charmer. I'm the snake. I'm sitting there, I'm like this. I'm like the round snake. I'm like, she's Jones. That's the girl's name already, right? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go out with a bag on this one. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all gonna have to give me crazy on this one. And so I'm like, she's the snake charmer, and I'm sitting there like this. And she's sitting there, and I'm sitting over here drooling and stuff, and I ain't supposed to. And she's sitting there singing to me, touching my face. I'm sitting here like, get it, Miss Jones. Get it, Miss Jones. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way I was doing it. And, man, she would sit there, and I thought, I ain't never, and Woogie can tell you that. Woogie can tell you that everybody who was at a Sharon Jones show who saw me knew how giddy I was. They said, we've never seen him get that giddy in his life. Like, he looked like he high on stage. And I'm not high, but they're like, we've never seen him get so strong and so giddy. And I swear to God, I was like chocolate. I was like to melt on the floor. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's a true story. And anybody who wants to know, y'all go you go on YouTube, put in Sharon Jones and Jimmy James, where she invites me up. And not only that, I end up sitting in with them. And I'm telling you, most people get on stage and they dance with Sharon. I was sitting there like this. I didn't barely move because I was sitting there like, I feel like, remember on Chappelle's show when they show Charlie Murphy and every time they would put the camera on him and he'd shake? Remember that?
I remember, yeah.
And he was sitting over there like, okay, Charlie Murphy. And he'd be like, he was shaking like that. That's exactly how I was on stage. I was sitting there like, I could not help it. I was like, get it, Miss Jones. Get it, Miss Jones. I was sitting over there like, I'm a stranger to your happiness. You know what I mean? Like, I was not. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to lie to you. That's the honest truth. And I was always giddy. I never get giddy around nobody like that. Like, nobody. And I've never been starstruck like that before.
Right.
You know what I mean? Even though I know that case, I still get starstruck by those guys. Even still to this day, even after being in the studio and knowing them, still get like that. You know what I mean? And that was just, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I was the hugest fan. But yeah, I mean, I continue. I think I went to every show. I only missed 2 because I was out of town on a road show. But other than that,
right,
I was at every show they ever did in Seattle. Every show.
Woo.
And my friend Jonathan Gapaya, who is a photographer, he took a photograph he took a picture of me and Sharon Jones at the Showbox Market, and he took it from his iPhone and he made it into a print, like a photo frame, and he made a frame for it. And I still got that photo. And mind you, as tall as I was, Sharon was like 4'11". I'm tall, so I had to bend down to her level almost. And so there's a picture of me with my afro way out, and I'm sitting there, and I have to lean in, but I'm smiling. My face I'm smiling so hard. My eyes look like they're closed, and I'm just like I'm about to basically stretch out my face, smiling at her. I took that photo, and I'm sitting there, and I challenged that, and I remember having that photo, and it was sitting next to my amp one day because my friend brought it in, and he was like, "Ooh, look at the photo." I said, "You better not touch that photo. That's Sharon Jones on that photo." Not only that, I'm not gonna lie. There was one time I had to get into some argument with some people at a show once because they were at Sharon Jones' party and they were acting a fool, and I had to turn around. It wasn't good either. I had to turn around and I had to give them a piece. I had to, have some words with some people because it was Sharon Jones we were talking about. Like, this is a show.
Right.
And one of my friends, I love him dearly, but he was up there. He was trying to sing along. He was like, I learned the hard way. I said, let me tell you something. I did not pay to sing the song. I paid to hear her sing the song. Okay? Shut up. You know what I mean? Like, I had to give him the Little Richard treatment. I said, in other words, as Little Richard, shut up. Like, I was like, he's sitting over trying to sing so loud over there. I'm like, what are you doing? I ain't trying to hear her. I hear you sing. I'm like, this is Sharon Jones we're talking about. He's not trying to hear up there. Like, I learned the hard way. No, I ain't heard. I want to hear her. I'm trying to hear you sing. He looked at me and he's like, why are you going to be mean at me like that? I ain't being mean. I said, look, I love you. Hey, but let me tell you something. I want to hear Sharon Jones sing the song. You know what I mean? I ain't had to hear you sing karaoke. You know what I mean? You ain't got to do all this karaoke stuff. I'm like, you know what I mean? We're not at a karaoke bar. Cher's right here. I'm listening to her. Okay? Like, I'm over there so I can hear her sing. Thank you. I'm rude, but I'm not rude. I'm not being rude. It was just, maybe I was rude. But, at the same time, I'm like, look, the woman that I want to marry is on stage. I ain't trying to hear you sing it. Okay? I don't want to hear her sing it. Let me hear her sing a song. Let me hear her sing a song, So then all of a sudden, he's like, okay, I'm going to sing. I said, okay, good. Step to the back. Sharon Jones. All right, now. I couldn't help it. Like, I was the most goofy. I would get the most goofy. You've ever seen me around somebody? I'm glad there ain't no film for that. Otherwise, everybody be like, oh, dang. All right. Sorry for interrupting everybody, all your listeners on the show. That was my fault. Sorry, y'all had to see me out of I'm going to get on the bag on that one. Sure.
We have another comment.
Yes, indeed.
And this is from Steve. He said, "Oh, let me catch my breath. Tell you too much, Jimmy."
I had to get out of line on that one. I'm sorry. Hey, everybody needs to know. I'm like, hey, Sharon Jones was my crush. I'm not gonna lie about it. You know what I mean? It was my crush. I couldn't help it. You know what I mean? Like, I would have had her babies. I walked around with little Sharon Jones Jr., Sharon James Jr., Jimmy Sharon. You sit there,
Steve,
I got the little baby on my chest and stuff like that. Playing guitar, have the baby on my back playing guitar and cooking supper. That'd be so nice.
Oh gosh. Now you know what? you got my mascara running in my eyes now. You got to stop.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that. No, you know you can't do it over there. Something wrong with me. I need Jesus.
Steve says,
God is real in my
excuse me.
soul. Amen. Go ahead.
He says, we love Sharon Jones. We were lucky to see her play live 4 times. So she's an amazing singer, and she could shake those fringe dresses. We got to meet her twice after shows. Sharon gave the best hugs, and she had the brightest smiles. Rest in power, Miss Sharon Jones.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, indeed. Like I said, get me on some Sharon Jones. We start to talk. I'm like, I'm going to take my shoes off. That stuff. That's just what it is. You know? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, when I went to another show, and the members of the when they was Gabe Ross said it to me. He's like, I think it was Gabe Ross or Vicky said it. One of them said it. It was like, yeah, man, we call in the band. They could call you Jimmy James Jones because everybody know you.
Jimmy James Jones.
That's the nickname you've been given. And I said, you know what? I'll roll with that. I ain't worried about that. I said, I'll take that. Yes, I will. I said, I don't have no problems with it.
You know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
To be honest, like I had every record they ever made, every record. Okay, like that is the honest truth. I had not only that, I knew their songs to the point where I remember being asked to even one time I got asked to sub for them. I think Binky had asked me would I be interested in subbing for them. I was like, heck yeah, hell yeah.
Oh wow.
Like play with Sharon Jones, shoot, I did that for free. Like you ain't even got to ask me that question. That's an automatic yes. Hell yeah. Play music, like because as much of a fan as I know all them songs, yes. I ain't gonna lie, because I was sitting up there like, what song do you know? You know this one? I'm like, man, shoot. I said I would play I learned the hard way. You know what I mean? Like I knew them songs backwards and forwards, man. I was just like, I loved it. It was just not like Sharon, but I just love the music. I love the band. I love their stuff. I love that they had been doing it because the band had been together for 20 years. You know what I mean? Before anybody ever realized who they were. And I love their music. Like I love that they went out and they did something nobody else was trying to do. And they went out there when nobody was even given a chance, and they were just doing their thing, And they did because they wanted to. They knew what they wanted. Especially Gabe. Gabe was spirited, and he knew, and they knew what they wanted to do. You know what I mean? And Sharon started out at 40 years old with them.
Exactly.
She was told she was too old. She was too fat. She was too black. You know what? That woman persevered through it all, and then to survive with that cancer like she did, and most people don't even survive a year, and she survived a few years, and she was strong and out there, and she was kicking ass and taking names, and she was knock her down. She kept going, and that was one hell of a woman. I'm gonna tell you that. You know what I mean?
Yep, she sure was. Excuse me. When we were growing up, because her mother, Ella Mae, my Aunt Ella Mae, and my mother, they're sisters. And Sharon was like 9, 10 years older than me. So, I was a little dirt diver. You know how that was. She was a teenager around that time. And she lived up north because her mom, moved everybody up north at the time. They come down, to visit my grandmother and such for the holidays. And I wouldn't have never guessed she would have turned out. I didn't realize it was her. I'm like, what? Because she never gave any inclination back then that she was into music. We're talking teenage, early 20s, teenage years. Back then, no inclination whatsoever. And my mother kept journals of her when she would perform. And she was like all over the place, like, with Amy Winehouse and Daryl Hall and John Oates and all over the place. And I'm going, what? When I went to see her, my mom, and she was going through this journal she had kept. This is Sharon. Like, are you serious? So yeah. So yeah, she was an amazing person. I'm glad she, got the chance to do music that way, but I never knew she had it like that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, she, when she went out there, and what's crazy is she and James Brown are both from Augusta, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
Their birthdays
That's
are
right.
a day apart. I think her birthday is May 4th. And his is May 3rd.
May 5th.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they were. Yeah, it was just like, and it's crazy. And there's a picture of them together.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, if he's the hardest working man in show business, she was the hardest working woman.
They, in Augusta, they call her the female James Brown.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine if them two were on the same stage?
Man,
that building, shit, they would have created a tornado that would have sucked the building inside out, throw it up in the air. I'll tell you, because it was just like she got up there, and I remember one time when she was doing a song. What was she doing? I'm trying to think. It was one of the songs off the album, and she breaks it down. It's just like, I'm gonna break it. Oh no, maybe. Yeah, it was one of the songs. What is the name of the song? It's off the Give the People What They Want. Get Up, Get Out. That's the name of the tune. But she said, we're gonna do it differently than the record. And of course she would do that. And then she's like, you know what? I gotta take my shoes off. I said, oh, okay. And anybody who don't know what that is, you're like, oh, okay. She about to go Pentecostal on. You know what I mean? Anybody who church knows what that is, right? She was about to go Pentecostal on them. I said, if she take off her shoes, it's about to be business. Everybody gonna start speaking in tongues. You know what I'm talking about. You know when they say that.
I don't.
You know what I mean? And they're about to speak in tongues, and you're like, okay, she about to go to church on my lane. And then she go on the song, and I remember she was doing that. Shoot, I don't know. I must touch a bunch of people's forehead. I was sitting there like this. I was like, you know what I'm talking about when you've been in church. You know when you've been in church. Anybody who knows what I'm talking about. You've been in a church, Pentecostal, Methodist, Episcopal. You know what I'm talking about. Okay, collection plate. You know. And they bring out that collection plate, and everybody sitting on there, shut up, and everybody jumping up, crossing arms. Lord, like, Jesus, take the wheel. God is real. And my soul, amen. That's exactly what it was. And I was sitting there, I said, she about to do that right now. And as soon as that happened, I said, yep, she in church. We in church right now. She about to preach real quick. So I said, after that, we're going to go back and get some potato salad real quick in the back. Because Sister O'Dowd and all them cooking some fried chicken in the back and some potato salad in the back. We'll be selling a plate with some juice, and just that's it. I'm sorry. I had to though, but that's just the way it goes, And so,
you know what? The audience did not know they was gonna get a comedian and a guitarist at the same time here today.
Hey, you know me. I'm like this 24/7. But I'm telling you, like I said, they take off their shoes, they do that. You better say, okay, we either gonna And Sister Odell also got a fried fish back there for sale. You know, the fish fry. We're having that back there. You know, we got some crappies in the back. So, got
No,
some
not crapping. Oh gosh, you
crappies
said
and some
crapping.
crappies and some shrimp and some catfish. You know, for sale for $2 a plate. But that's just yeah, I guess. All right, I'm gonna get back. We're gonna get back to our scheduled programming. Sorry about
Yes,
that.
that's all right. Now, how in the world did you and Delvon meet each other? Did you
Delvon,
already know? Yeah.
I I knew about him and he knew about me because I remember there was a club I played at. There was a club he played at. They invited me on stage, and that's how I got to know him. But I knew him on for the longest time. Like we knew each other back and forth in passing. You know, what I mean, because I knew about him because I
Right.
seen him play. You know, and I always thought I
Right.
was like, damn, one hell of an organ player. You know what I mean? And
He is.
you know what I mean? They ain't no joke
Mm-hmm.
about it. That's not because I play with him. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I the hell of
Right.
an organ player before I play with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's real truth. You know, and the thing about it is, I will say like this: his left hand, ooh, ain't no joke. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
this one organ, he had a bass like, but he makes it sound like an actual bassist, which you don't hear on organ really. You know, he makes it
Mm-hmm.
sound like an actual bassist. It's like hearing a Motown track, a Motown bass line book on the organ. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he plays like a bassist. You know what I mean? But at the same time, his other hand is playing like a lyricist. So he's playing like a
Mm-hmm.
singer over here, but he's playing like a bassist. So
Mm-hmm.
that leads me to put the chords in there. You see what I'm talking about?
That's right.
He's
Mm-hmm.
very lyrical. When you listen to him when he plays, he's very lyrical. It's a lyrical thing that he does. And so he's like a very melodic singer. You know what I mean? Who can
Right.
he's what is playing on organ, he's actually singing. It's actually singing. His organ is singing lyrics, it's singing words.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Even though it's not syllables, but you can make out the syllables of what he's saying. And then he's playing the, the he's holding out the bass over here, but he's also lyrically singing with this hand and lyrically playing the bass with this hand. You know what I mean? So it's just
Yep.
like that's what I've always heard from him. And that's what I loved about his playing from day one. But he also got that deep down, you know, he got that soul going on in there. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about it. You know what I mean? I hope he's hearing this. He probably be doing, oh, you say he like clicking his soul. I heard that. You were being nice. You know, he probably called me up. Yeah, I heard that. But yeah, I mean but that's the truth. You know what I mean? He was just like that's how he plays to me. Like he's coming in and you hear like that gut bucket sound. You know what I mean? That's what I did.
That's right.
That's where I'm from. You know what I mean? It's like that gut bucket sound. Like you hear it in the jazz, but it's got that sway. It's got that, you know, it's got that you know, in it. And that's what I dig about it. You know what I mean? I always did that even before we even played together. I said, man, we're gonna
Mm-hmm.
play with that cat. And we played on and off at times, you know, throughout the years, but it wouldn't be until a couple of years that we, you know, now, you know, jump on organ tree, you know. So yeah. And that's you know, and I mean with him, and what's crazy is we drove our manager crazy, Amy Novo. I hope she's here. Uh,
Hey, Amy. Hi, Amy.
she we drive her crazy because me and him, we're both Virgos, so we drive her crazy because our birthdays are the same week of August. I'm August 25th. He's
Mm,
August 28th. Virgos.
mm.
So we you know we drive her crazy. You know, being Virgos. That's how he always tells me like y'all laugh at the same thing. You know, and we do. You know, at her expense. Um, sorry about that. That got out there. But yeah, we do that, you know, and you know, we drive her crazy, but she knows we love her. She knows that, you know.
Right.
But
Right. Yeah.
we're like that, you know. What I mean, we're goofy anyway. I mean, yeah, I'm sure the whole audience who's on here, had seen this already from what I've just done earlier. What my Sharon Jones
Mhm.
did. So y'all, that's a little piece. That's just me being 10%. Y'all ain't seen me go up higher than that. I ain't gonna do that right now. But yeah, I mean that's just how it is, you know. And it's just like it's crazy because it's like when we started together, we're like, man, what do you want to do? You know, what kind of music you want to do? You know, and stuff like that. And I was like, man,
Right.
what do you know? Well, what do you know? I was like, well, I know this. Well, I know that too. Well, what do you know about this? Well, you know that. And that's always been the thing. It's like, well, you know, I remember one time I'll never forget it. Here's one that was really funny. I don't know how it became the past, but we did it anyway. So Delmon's playing, right?
Right.
He's playing a solo, right? And this is where sometimes we just go into completely different territory. So all of a sudden he's playing, I hear this bass line. He's like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, is that what I think it is? And then all of a sudden I say, wait, he's playing Hall and Oates. I can't go for that.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Right? Now, mind you, we never practiced this at all. So you start playing, so I just start playing that, I start playing that little part that's like so I play that. I don't even know how I
Right.
remembered that either, right? So all of a sudden he plays the vocal part and I'm playing the other chord part. I'm like, I don't know how I'm learning this by now. I've heard this song a million times, but I never played it. And so he's playing the vocal part, so I'm playing the chords, and then he does that. I'm on anything. I'm like Oates. And I'm hitting that. You know, you know, I can't go for that. I don't know how we got into it. And all of a sudden, he looks at me. You know that saxophone solo part? I said, I'll know in about 10 seconds. And I remember I was like, and I'm like thinking about how we made it through that song. I don't know from start to finish. And never practiced that song a day in our life. But that's the way it goes sometimes, you know. It's like, okay, we're gonna go off the deep end with this one. Where are we going? I don't know, but we're gonna drive around and we're gonna get lost and we don't know. It's basically like driving around with no GPS. We don't know where we're going, but we'll figure out how to get there. We'll take I-5 down and then what freeway even should we take? Well, screw it, just take that one. Let's go to the fork of the road. I don't know. You know what I mean? And that's just the way it goes, and that's what's fun about it. You know, it's just like we never know where we're going with this one. We just go for it, and that's fun. You know, it's like going off into unknown territory. You don't know where you're going, but hell, let's go there anyway. We've never seen it. We've never been there. Well, let's try it. If we get there, we get there. You know, so yeah.
Oh, got another comment here. It's from Steve. Steve says, y'all cutting up and reminding me of growing up down in Texas. Stand back, Sharon Jones is taking her shoes off. You know it was about to go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah. 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 If I get, like I said, man, when you grow up in the church and you see that, you see people do that, you're like, okay, we know exactly what's going on here, But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just with music, it's just like that's just how we do. It's just like we don't know what's happening. We're just having fun, and
That's
we're
it.
just laying in the cut and doing it, you know. Oh yeah.
So with
Oh yeah.
Delvon.
I just have to,
Oh,
here, hold on. I'm gonna have to do like the preacher. Hold on, cause
uh-oh.
I just worked up a sweat. Hold on. Sitting here sweat like TD Jakes over here. Oh.
No, you said TD Jakes. Oh, Lord.
Yes, I am.
No.
Sitting over there, I was like, Lord, Jesus. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry,
That's,
sitting over there sweating. Come on,
that with,
I told that story. But
with Delvon, you have been you've traveled quite a bit. Because every time I see
yeah.
you on Facebook, we'll go in this place, we'll go in that place. So explain some of that.
Ooh, where I start? We go through all different places. I mean, I know we played all the South, most of the North. I think we played every place except for Maine. We played every. I think we played every state in every city except for Maine. And I think that's the only place. That's the only state we have never played. But we played everywhere. All across the states. And it's always a new place. It's different way of
Right.
talking. It's you meet people. Like where do the locals eat around here? Where do you go? Sometimes you never see the city. Sometimes you just go in it and you don't ever see it at all. But that's
Mm-hmm.
just the nature of that's the nature of the beast. That
Right.
you go through that. It's the same thing with like we went to Europe. Like we were supposed to be actually we were supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
up in Europe right now. Actually, we were supposed
Mm.
to go to we were supposed to go to Brazil. We were actually supposed to be in Brazil this month actually. And we were looking forward to it because we'd never been to South America. So many people asked us to come to South America, like Argentina, and we were looking so forward to it. Trust me, anybody who's from Brazil out there, we were so sorry. Because of this thing, we can't. But we really
Right.
did want to go there. We were supposed to go to Sweden. We'd never been there. We were supposed to go to Japan. We've never been there. We were supposed to go to parts of the UK that we'd never been. We went to London, but we never got to. We were supposed to go to Manchester, Leeds, and Glasgow, Scotland. Um, yeah, and then I think we were, and then we try to work on getting to Australia and places like that. Hopefully New Zealand, places like that we've never been. But this thing unfortunately happened. So, but it was always like, and I get often asked, "What's your favorite place?" And I say I can't name one because I think all of them are my favorite. I like everything serves like going to a different place is always special. There's something different there, you know. And I loved it. I dug it, man. Like everything, just like going to any place and every place and trying out things. The one thing like, like we go out and try different foods and stuff. I remember being in England. One thing I wanted to try beans on toast, and I got my chance to do it, so I was really happy about that. I never got to
Okay.
try the fish and chips, so I was pretty mad. There's certain things and foods I didn't get to try. One
Right.
was in Chicago. I've been to Chicago many times and still never got the deep dish pizza. What was wrong with me? I don't know. I'm so mad at myself for never getting a deep dish pizza, and I'm so mad about myself for not doing that. Every time I get there,
Right.
I say, "Okay, I'll get it," and then forget it. I was like, "What am I doing?" Same thing in England. I never got to try the authentic fish and chips like I want to try. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm a tea drinker. I'm a tea drinker, and so I
Right.
want to know the culture of tea drinking, of how it was, and they showed me how to do it. Cream, two, one lump or two lumps. Earl Grey
Mm-hmm.
tea or English breakfast tea, stuff like that. I loved it. I
Mm-hmm.
I loved it every shoot. I was be in England. I was sitting there, put the tea, crumpets, and clotted cream. I was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like I love that stuff. I like trying different
Mm-hmm.
things, that I never tried. Being in France, trying different things in French food. I tried that, dug it.
Mm-hmm.
Being in Italy, trying foods there, and Romania or Germany and stuff like that. Just going to those places was fantastic and meeting all the people there and seeing like the history and the culture behind a lot of things, seeing the way buildings look and buildings that have been around there. Probably there's some building we played in a venue in
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of like a cave that was older than
Right.
America. It was older than America. You know what I mean? Like that's something. We went
Mm.
to Italy. We saw the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Got to see those things, stuff that's been around since the Middle Ages. It's like if the walls could talk, what they could tell you, it's amazing. You know, and you just get to know that. And it's like you go there and you're like, ooh, like Europe made me a breakfast person, and I was never a breakfast person at all, but
Mm-hmm.
it made me a breakfast person. You know what I mean? I started like I started eating like brie. Like I had never had brie before. I was like, "What's this? Ooh, cheese,
Mm-hmm.
sprinkle cheese." It was great. You go get that strawberries and raspberries and stuff like that. And just try different things. I'm like, man, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And the sodas and all that. Man, I can't say enough. But I loved it, and I still do. I miss it though. I really do. Missing going to those places and seeing those people. And stuff like that. So. I hope they're all, everybody's doing great wherever they are, and all this stuff.
Mhm. You know, you once you get back on the road again, you have got to try the Chicago deep dish. Once you try that, other pizza forms of pizza will never be the
Mm,
same. Never be the
right,
same.
but they're trying to tell that to some of my friends in New York, and the look on their face is like, they get in arguments like. I watched two of my friends get in an argument. One was from Chicago, one was from New York, and the argument over a pizza. They
Oh
were
yeah.
angry, but the anger that they were mad about because of the pizza,
Oh yeah.
it's like it was like fighting words. It was hilarious to me, to watch
They're
them because
serious.
like,
Yeah.
but they were serious about it. They take that pizza seriously. Like
Yes. Yes, they
Chicago,
do.
and you're
Mhm.
from New York, and you make fun of Chicago pizza. Same as Chicago makes fun of New York pizza. That's serious
Uh,
business. It's
oh
just
yeah. That's
like,
fighting
oh,
words.
they're like, oh, okay, talk about my pizza. Okay, let's duke it out. They go outside, and be like, pull. Don't you talk about my pizza? Pull. And it's just like, I'm like, you ready to fight over a pizza? What do you think? I'm not gonna get in this. This is not my expertise. I don't get into it. I like them both. So which pizza you like? You like which one you like? I'm like, I like them both. Well, you gotta like one. I'm like, you know what? I'm going home. I ain't gonna deal with this. I'm putting me in the middle. Like, I like them both. You know, you should like one. Okay, choose wisely. I'm like, oh look, there's an alien. Where? Oh, and then take off running. Yeah, I'm like,
Oh no.
y'all can fight all day long on that stuff. Me, I am not going to because I like them both. I mean, well, I can't say I like them both because I only tried New York pizza. But Chicago, I gotta try it. And I'm
Gotta
gonna
try.
get with some friends like,
Oh.
yeah, I've heard some people say that. I'm like, man, don't ruin it for me. I want to taste it myself. I want to know what it tastes like. That's just me. You know.
You know, and we've got to give a shout out to Amy Novo. That's a hard working woman. Woo.
Oh yeah, yes. And she has to put up with us knuckleheads. So you know, she had to put up with that. She has to put up with us like, because she she thinks me and Delvon like twins because it's like the way we laugh at certain things. She's like,
Right.
we don't laugh at her jokes. She be like, my joke was funny. I'm like, yeah, okay. And we're like, she's like, yeah, see, and then I'll say something, and then Delvon's laughing, and she's like, Delvon, why do you always laugh at what he says? They ain't funny. I'm like, or I'll laugh at something. Jimmy Chuck, why are you laughing at Delvon? It wasn't even that funny. I'm like, yeah, it was. She's like, what? So my joke wasn't funny? Yeah, it was. Like, we drive her up the wall. She loves us though. She knows she does. She loves us. She does. We love her. We just knuckleheads and shit. I'm sure she's here and she's like, she'll probably agree. Like, yep, both of them knuckleheads. Yep, Virgo knuckleheads. I'm like, that's okay. I'm good with it. I'm good being considered a knucklehead. It's fine. I'm like, deal with it. I enjoy it, and I will take the name proudly. Yes, I will. But yeah. I hope y'all edit all my craziness out of there and cut it to the video so it'll be like 30 minutes
Nope.
long.
It is going on as it is. Yep, live and in living color.
In living color, do what you wanna do. In living color. You gotta remind me of that show. When Kim Wayans did that Crystal Waters Gypsy Woman.
Oh, I love that.
Remember Kim Wayans did that and made a parody of that song?
Yes.
She's like, yabba dabba doo, yabba dabba dee, lettuce, cheese, pickles, sauce, pickles on. So I was like, like that was. Oh, sorry, I used to watch that show all the time. Yes. And then when she played Miss Bonita. Remember that?
I do.
Like, don't nobody talk about Miss Jenkins. I love me some Miss Jenkins. She's like, her hair so bald you can see her thoughts, but I ain't the one that got some, so you heard that freak. No, you haven't. No, you ain't. Yeah, I watched that show too. I watched that show too many dang times. Between that and the movie Harlem Nights. And anybody who knows me, my friends who know me know I know that movie from start to finish, and I am not gonna rehearse it here because we ain't got another 5 hours to be doing this. And like people are like, I gotta go to the bathroom right now. Like,
you know, you have a release that you just put out not long ago. I believe it's you want to talk about that of music that you've worked on.
Yes. There's actually been some releases in this past year. Well, I'll start with the first. Well, we did on Bandcamp Inner City Blues. The single Inner City Blues for Delvon Lamar Early Trail came out. That came out. I know for sure. I think that's on Bandcamp. That's another single. For sure, that's one of the newest Delvon Lamar Early Trail records. And then the one that I did with my producer friend Mario Luciano is the Jimmy James sample pack, which is samples of like 200 guitar chords and certain songs that have my guitar on them. And I'm also not only on guitar, but I'm playing bass on it too, on all his stuff. Like all the stuff that he produces, I play bass on pretty much 99% of the stuff he's done. That sample pack is mostly for producers and stuff. Like if you want to hear chords or whatnot. So it's a sample pack. It's Jimmy James Volume 1. And he put the moniker that somebody gave me, Mayor of Soul was the moniker. And they put it on there. And it's like a old picture. So yeah, that's out on Polyphonic Music Library. And you can find it on, if they want to, they can find it on if they go to my Instagram, Jimmy Scratch James. The link is in my bio for if they want to get a sample pack.
I'm writing all this down. Instagram. Watch this.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bam.
Yep. And if they go to my Instagram, Jimmy Scratch James, they'll see it.
Jimmy Scratch James.
Yeah, Jimmy Scratch James is my Instagram handle. And if they want to look for the sample pack, they have sound bites of it on SoundCloud in the link, and the link is in my bio.
Okay. There we go. Oops. I can't type for Jack today. You got me up here cracking up about all this in living color and all that.
Let me go back to the 90s now. Like, okay. When I was wearing a flat top in those days.
Oh goodness, I had the salt and pepper haircut back then.
Oh,
on the side. Yeah.
I
had it was. What you had?
I had the Gumby.
You had the Gumby?
The Gumby where the hair was like that over here. Yeah. I had the little rat tail. I was doing the Running Man back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't know what the Running Man is, if you weren't born in the 80s, you don't know. You better know what that is. The Running Man was the dance to me. I was doing the Running Man back in the day, and the Cabbage Patch. And the Roger Rabbit. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, we go 80s. I was doing the Cabbage Patch. I was doing the Roger Rabbit, and I was doing the Running Man. Yes, I was. I had the flat top right to the side, just like that. There's some photos somewhere probably on my Instagram, and I should just take them down, but they're probably there. But yeah, I had some photos. I had a flat top. And remember that in the back of the day, everybody took the pictures. All the women took in the 80s the women take the pictures like the women would take the pictures like this.
Yeah.
The guys were like, yeah, that's yeah. I remember I was taking a picture. I was like, yeah, and I was like, fresh. You know what I mean? Like, remember that was the word back in the day. We're like, man, that was even that word is coming back. Like that was dope. like the word dope is coming back. Like, remember they used that word back in the day, but it's coming back. I bet you next everybody's like, man, that's dope. That's ill fresh. That's fresh, yo. You know, I'm not gonna lie. Like, man, that's fresh. You know what I mean? Like word, yo. Like, and then all of a sudden everybody start wearing those gold chains again.
Oh yeah. Oh.
With the pants and them Adidas.
Yeah.
Like, shoot. But for us poor kids, you had to wear pro wings.
That's right.
Pro wings, British Knights, or they call BKs, LA gear. If everybody remember LA gears, oh yeah, LA gear was the thing to have. Okay?
Yes,
LA gears, BKs, pro wings. Oh yeah. Pro wings were the things. And I remember as a kid, I had them shoes with the Velcro. I hated tying my shoes. So I had the little Velcro latch, like, and then
you didn't do the sound effect on it.
Yeah, but remember those shoes they used to have? Remember they had the pump up Reeboks?
I remember those. Yes, I do.
Remember? You sit there before you take off running. When somebody trying to chase you, you're like, and then take off running. You be like, you trying to run from some dogs or something. You be like, some bullets. You're like, I'm trying to run. Hold on real quick. Hold on, bullets. Pull out the shoes real quick and then take off running. You'll be like, oh Lord, oh my God. I don't know what everybody thought about them shoes. With them shoes like that. The pump-up shoes was like, what if you get a flat?
You're done.
Right. You better go get you a spare and put a jack on them shoes and no. That was something else. I'll tell you, Lord.
Oh, man.
Yes, the pump-up shoes were the thing to have. You know, and then I remember, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, my mother got mad at me for this. Remember crisscross?
Mm-hmm.
I had them overalls, and I put them on backwards. That was not easy to walk in them things like that because it was a cool thing to do. I remember 4th grade because I saw crisscross. The Vanilla Ice have it, and so I put some slits in my eyebrow, like shaved them. And I sat there trying to walk out the house because that was the coolest thing ever, right?
Right.
And I sat there like this. I was trying to walk out the house like this. Mom was like, what's wrong with you? I said, nothing. Why? She's like, why you got your hand on your face? I said, nothing. She's like, why you got your hand on your face? I said, nothing. What did you do? I said, nothing. Right? And hold on a second. Somebody's trying to call me at the same time. Hold on. Sorry. Hold on.
That's all right.
Okay. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. So hold on. I don't know why it just every time somebody calls, it does that. Okay. I guess not. Okay, I guess it ain't gonna connect again. Oh well, that's all right. I'll just take these off. You still hear me?
I can.
Okay. So let's see what just happened there. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I sat there with the I put my hand on my face like this, and I tried to walk away from it. I was just like, and Mama was like, take your hand off your face. And I said, what? She's like, no. She's like, take your hand off your face. I said, and I went like this. What did you do? I said, what'd you do to your eyebrows? I said, I shaved them. Why? I said, because I thought it was the cool look. Everybody else doing it. Crisscross and them doing it. Vanilla Ice doing it. Why can't I do it? You are not going to school looking like that. Look, like your face, half your eyes are shaved off. I'm like, it did not work. You know what she did?
What?
She went in there and put mascara on to cover it up. I walked around, but then when I was sweating, it would all come down my face. Just me being silly. But, you know, that's where it goes. Hold on, let me figure out how to do this thing. I don't know why it disconnect. Hold on a second.
All right.
Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to do this thing. See, it ain't. Let's see. What is it? Oh. Hold on. Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even know I could read the comments in here. Oh, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just sorry.
Oh, that's all right.
Sorry, I'm sitting over here. Okay, hold on. The producer that I work with, he needed my name for the.
I think we're on the freeze. Yeah. The power of technology. I think everything is kind of froze up for right now. But for those of you who just tuned in, this is Jimmy James that I'm interviewing today. He has worked with a lot of musicians. You know, he was doing session work, and he is currently with the Devil in Montreal. And they were all traveling all over the place. I'm talking about Spain and Italy. It's all just everywhere. And he has done a lot of sample work. Just a very, very busy person right now. I was very fortunate to get some time with him to do this interview today. And he'll be back on shortly. I see the technology went off for him, but he'll be back. I am still out here talking. I'll tell you who's going to be on this week. I've got a very busy schedule with this show. I had no idea that it was going to take off the way that it did, because I was doing this because I wasn't performing anymore. For those who don't know, because I'm a singer myself, and I think he's back. Almost. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Okay, sorry
He's
about
backstage.
that.
Hold on.
There you
Hey, that's all right. We pros,
Sorry about
we know how to do things.
I was like, damn.
I'm waiting on you.
I was like, get out here, but now it's got you back on here now. Yeah, the producer was like, yeah, I need your name for the paperwork. I was like, all right. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. We you know, do some crazy things, crazy times, crazy everything, you know. But at the same time, you know, me being goofy like this is also probably because I've been cooped up for a minute, so I ain't really went out and done nothing, you know. But
right,
you know, that's the way it is. You said the one person on here went for 2 hours.
The longest interview, 3 hours and 23 minutes. 3:23.
Oh,
we're at 2:17.
Yeah, that's shoot. We have to start. We have to start early in the morning and be like, okay, everybody. By the time they went to work, they come back and they be like, man, they still going. It's on dinner, they're still going.
So what's in store for you for the future? You know, minus all the drama that's going on in the outside world, but what plans? What are you working on?
You know what? I'll be honest. I don't ever think of the future. I just live in the moment. You know what I mean? I don't know what the future's gonna hold or anything like that. I just go what's in the moment. You know, because we don't know what tomorrow may bring. We don't even know if we're here tomorrow or not. You know, and I don't even think about that. I just think about the future is today for me. You know what I mean? Each day, you know, you get up and you see what's going on, and you see the sunshine and all that. That to me is the future right there. Because every day is your future is your moment. You know that you're here. I don't know what tomorrow may bring. You know, tomorrow's never promised. Tomorrow never knows. You know, so it's just like I enjoy if it's the last thing you ever gonna do, then you might as well live it up.
do everything 100% if you're going to, you know what I mean? And live it, love 100%, eat 100%, do those things 100%, but do it 100% that's how I look at it. I don't really look at the future. I just take every day and I take every day and do everything that I ever want to do, musically or whatever. And there's so much stuff I want to do, and so much stuff I think about doing. So I'm always like, man, shoot me a track I want to record, do this, I want to get into and that's what I'm constantly about. It's just like, constantly I record stuff on my phone all day. That's all I think about, So it's just like I said, I live in the moment. I don't even think about the future, what the future. When the future is, if there is a future, I'll get there. But I think my future starts today, and then the future may be tomorrow, And then if I'm there tomorrow, then the future already started, So yeah, that's all. That's where I'm at.
As far as up and comers, and because I have for this audience, I have a lot of people who are in the music industry and they're up and coming, and they see someone like yourself who has, got a hit song on your hands. What advice would you give someone who is up and coming, someone who's out there toiling the boss scene or whatever, and they're trying to make a name for themselves? What advice do you have for them?
My philosophy on things is play what you feel strongest about 100%. What you feel strongest about 100%. Anything less than that is just existing.
Okay.
That's what it is. It's like play what your heart feels good. What makes you happy? It doesn't matter how many styles of music you play. It's which one of those makes you happy that every time you play it, it makes you jump for joy. It brings a smile to your face. You can't think of nothing. It doesn't have to be multiple songs. It could be one style of music. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be like, hey, I'm a little jazz, I'm a little this, I'm a little that. No, what are you feeling 100% about? It could be one, it could be three, or it could be more. But what do you feel 100% about is the question. And as the greatest saying, I would say, again, my favorite bassist, James Jamerson, said to his son, if you don't feel it, don't play it. But you got to back up what you do and what you feel 100% about. You know what I mean? If you're not feeling 100% about it, then why do it? That's just me. You know what I mean? I don't get up there and play anything I don't feel. And it's like you got to play with what's honest to you, and it has to represent you honestly 100%. If it doesn't represent you honestly 100%, what's the point? That's just me. You know what I mean? Some people may hear different ways, but that's just what it is. It's like, don't do it because, hey, X, Y, and Z are doing it. That doesn't mean anything. They're doing their thing. Who are you? What do you want to be known as? What do you do? What do you love to do? You know what I mean? It's not like, hey, it's the cool thing to do. All the cool kids are doing it. Like, it doesn't mean anything. But what do you do?
Mm-hmm.
If you're happy about it and you feel good about it, you should feel good about it. It should, like, every time you pick it up, you're like, man, this is all I want to play. I don't want to play nothing else. This is all I want to play. This is what I thirst for. And you have to be thirsty for it. You mean? Mm-hmm. It's like crawling through a desert. You thirsty for water? Well, you have to be thirsty for that music. That's how I look at it. What else can there be? I don't know. That's like my philosophy on things. I can't put it in any other context. But yeah, right. That's where I'm hearing it from. Yeah.
So the floor is yours. Is there anything musically you want to share or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, I'm doing stuff like I just did some stuff. I've been doing some collaborations. I did like a video collaboration with a group. Hunter Copeland was one guy, Rohan Staples. There's another group from Italy. I did a video for the guy in Australia. Actually, he wrote a song called Jimmy James. His name is Rohan Staples. He's on Instagram. He wrote a
Hmm.
song, and it was actually the song's called Jimmy James. It's about me.
Nice.
I never had a song written about me before, so it was really great. Uh,
Nice.
I did some stuff, again, a sample pack with Mario Luciano, the True Loves, because everything being slow, we were hoping the Famous Last Words album would be remade and packaged, and then they got another one, unnamed album that's supposed to come out, D'Lo 3. We're doing some stuff, not only the records, but we're also doing expanded ensemble stuff that's expanded outside of D'Lo 3, where it's more parts than what it would be as a three-piece. So some of that
Mhm.
stuff we've been toiling away on that. I did some stuff with there was a song Duran Jones and those guys did a musical challenge with everybody from Coal Mine and Penrose and Daptone and all that to do a song called Everybody's Got a Right to Live. And so we challenged the musicians on there. So we accepted the challenge and then did some songs. So it was like some of the guys from like the Altons, some people from Penrose and myself and Coal Mine and members from the White Blinds and all that. And then a friend of mine, Jason Joshua, he's got an album that we just did a collaboration with him. It was myself, Chris Luhan from Lugnut Brand Records. Of course, Jason Joshua's from the Beholders. He's on Penrose.
Okay.
Alex Garcia from These Sacred Souls. They got a single. They got two singles out called "Can I Call You Rose" and "Weak for Your Love." I'm a fan of that song. I hope they hear this, but shout out to These Sacred Souls. I love those guys. I really dig their stuff. Um, they Alex Garcia, the drummer, was playing on one of them. Did some stuff for Kelly Finnegan and Atonements. I love those guys. Did a Christmas track for him and Terry Cole. Terry Cole is the head man of Coal Mine Records. Shout out to
Mhm.
Terry Cole. Um, and then did some stuff with Adam Scone of Sugarman 3. He's on Daptone. He worked with Sharon Jones on stuff, the Dap Kings. So went to the studio, did some stuff on his record with some of the members from Dap Kings. Gabe Roth, the bassist, who's the head man of Daptone and the band leader and bassist of Sharon Jones Dap Kings, the mastermind behind the band. He produced it, so I got to work with at Riverside out there for the Daptone, did some Daptone sessions. We don't know when that's going to be released. Probably next year, of course. The way things
Right.
are.
Right.
I'm supposed to do some more stuff with other people as well. So, yeah, we're the list is long out there. So I'm trying to keep up with that, and keep up with you know try to do sessions and stuff. And sorry. How did I have got warm my own stuff out acting a fool. But uh, yeah, it's just a whole bunch of stuff happening. A whole bunch of stuff. Because I don't think cats are just letting, because of this, they're not going to let them stop playing music. Like, cats figured out a way. It's like, well, if we can't be in the studio, well, we'll just email the tracks and somebody adds their part and then email it to the next person, they add theirs and do that. It's like people are not going to let that stuff stop them. They're going to keep going and everybody's going to keep making records, as much as possible. We can't go out and play shows. So we'll
Right.
just, everybody will make records at home, and that's what I've been doing. It's just working with the different people and I'm just, wherever a chance happens, and it's like, hey, man, you be on this record? Sure, why not? I love it. I love just sitting there, like, learning other people's songs and figure out, okay, well, what can I do to this? Or, I just did one of the guys I know who's supposed to come to our show. He's from Switzerland. He's Al Hug, who actually works
Hmm.
with Mario. He's a producer out in Switzerland. He does hip hop beats. He actually just had one of my sample packs and flipped one of my guitar chords around in one of his songs and presented it to me. So I just got to hear it. It was great. And I was supposed to meet him. There's a whole lot of people, man. I missed that. I missed that we didn't get to go to Brazil. I missed that we didn't get to go to none of these places. which really sucks because I was looking forward to it. I was packed and ready to go. I was like, yeah, we're going, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you know, this came about, and so, you know, we'll just have to, we'll get through it. You know, we'll have to move through it, but we'll get there some kind of way. But where there's a will, there's a way, you know.
Definitely.
You know, and there's generations who went through the bubonic plague, and they didn't even have the technology that we have, and they survived it. So I'm thinking anything is possible, you know, at this point. So I'm keep hope alive. You know, that's all I can say about that.
So we haven't talked at all, not very much about the Sea Monster Lounge. You got to fill everybody in on Funky to Death, and you got to fill it in on Andrew and the atmosphere and where it's located and all that good stuff.
Oh yeah, Andrew Nunez. He owns the Sea Monster. Sea Monster been there for how long? I can't keep count. Yeah, that was like that's over there. It's off of there in Wallingford, off of North 45th and Bagley Street. And so it's like, you know, it's not a small club. It's a pretty medium-sized club. You know, that's where musicians gather. You know, cats. You know, people come there, dance, have a good time. You know, musicians come there. You know, after whatever if they come off their gig, they come down to the Sea Monster. Some people sit in. And, you know, and sit in with the band and stuff. I mean, we've had famous people like the late Roy Hargrove. He sat in with the band twice. You know, maybe I don't know what Roy Hargrove, you know, he did a lot of D'Angelo stuff and all that. So he sat in with us twice. You know, some people who played with Prince sat in. Some of Prince's people sat in with us. Some of Son and Star from Son and Star from the Dap Kings, they sat in. You know, all types of people come from different places. You know, it's like famous cats have come through and sat in with anybody. You know, it's like, hey man, we got this person in the crowd. Come on, get up on the mic. You know, and it's like, okay, can you guys play this? All right, good. You know, and it's always fun. You know, it's always fun. You know, famous cats who come through town and they sit in and they're watching and like, man, we sit in, sure, man, get up on the stand, man, get some mics up, get them rolling. What y'all playing? Well, we're playing some James Brown. Oh, we know that. Let's jump on in. And then the party got started. The party is just up through the roof. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. I mean, I've sat in and I met many famous people who came and sat in with us, and that's a great thing. You know, it's like, they're not, you know, it's like to know that they sit in and they're like, okay, I just got off my show. Let me come on down there and grab a drink or something. And then they're like, oh man, we see this groove. Can we jump on in? Go on in, man. Jump on in. Get in where you fit in. Now it's a party. Now the party's on. You know what I mean? And everybody's just, you know, feeling that wave. And once that wave come through and that wave hit, well, you know, you can't stop it. You know, that wave hit you.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So yeah. It's like that Holy Spirit we were talking about. You know, get that way. You know, but yeah. But yeah, man, that's just the way we have it, you know, and it's like, and I mean, the band has been doing it for 10 years, you know, been doing it for 10 years, you know, straight, and just, you know, and it's like how much stuff we've learned, and, you know, we've did our own stuff, and we've covered stuff, we did everything from, you know, funk and soul to rock music to rock and roll to hip hop stuff, you know, hip hop and rap, you know, did it all, you know. And so, you know, it sucks because I mean, it's hard because we've been doing it for 10 years and now this thing is, you know, this thing came along and kind of swept the rug from everybody. And now everybody's just like itching to play, you know, and it's like even to the point where people are starting even like they've been locked up so long, people are starting to find out their own hobbies. I got friends who are now learning the art of baking sourdough bread. You know, like they've never done that before. You know, you know, people are like, I'm going out walking, I'm doing things that they wouldn't normally do. Man, I'm still doing the same thing. I'm just like, I ain't, you know, made no art of cooking or anything. I'm like, I just get on the guitar and be like this, you know. I mean, I kind of discovered want to play some country and western, so who knows? Maybe I'll start going into that, you know.
There you go.
You know, so it's like it's fun though. It's real fun.
You know, you don't hear too many house bands anymore.
No, it's not. How the heck did I do that? How did I get to that point? I'm doing that.
No, you're
Like I said, I wore myself out doing that. Okay,
Oh,
it's fine.
you're spreading. It's spreading. I'm yawning.
Yeah, I'm trying not to do it myself. If you just do it, you catch it, right?
That's
but
right.
yeah, we did some. I mean, yeah, the house bands. It's hard to find house bands, But I mean, we found some along the way. Like I remember with Dilo 3, we would go and sit in with certain bands. It's like we go to a jam session, we sit in. We sat in. There's a couple ones that I'd never forget. I remember we were in Minneapolis. We sat in. One time that we played in Columbus, Ohio, and one of the concierge was like, "Hey, I got a band that's playing." And it was a bluegrass band, but they didn't have a keyboard, but they had bluegrass. And there's a video somewhere, I don't even know if maybe it's on Facebook, I think, of me playing in a bluegrass setting.
Really?
Yep. Delvon was there to watch it. He's like, I've never heard you play bluegrass before. I said, I used to jam with some bluegrass bands in New York. So I said, that was a sign he didn't know. He's like, man, I never heard you play. I didn't even know you played bluegrass. I said, play a little bit of it. Yeah. So we did that. And then the one I'll never forget. So Grant from the Polyrhythmics was playing on this show. And shout out to the Polyrhythmics. Me, Devon, and Grant, and Amy, we were all in Romania. So I'm trying to remember, who's the singer's name? I'm trying to remember the singer's name. She sang with Michael Jackson on the This Is It.
Oh goodness, I know who you're talking about, but I can't think of her name.
Right. Well, we were Romania, and she came on the show after us, and so one of the drummers who played with Gary Clark Jr. and played with her was there, right? So we played the show in Romania. Romania kids, they are off the hook when they get to partying. They party, right?
Right.
So got done. Grant calls me up. I'm in the hotel room, right?
Right.
He's like, there's a jam session going on. I said, yeah, but we got to be at the airport. We got to be in the lobby at 3 a.m. So we ain't going to, how we going to do that? He's like, man, I'm going to go. So I was like, shoot, I'm going to go. Heck, screw it. I can't sit here. I'm not going to get no sleep. So I said, screw it. Right? I thought Delvon was not going to go either. Next thing you know, after I get there, Delvon shows up. Amy shows up. We were going to go sleep, but we decided not to either. So what we do, we end up going to the disco. Right? And the drummer who played with, I forget her name.
Is it Judith? Is it Judith Hill? Is that her name?
Judith Hill. That's who it is. Yeah, Judith Hill. That's who it was. She sang with Michael Jackson on This Is It, and she was Prince's girlfriend, I think.
Okay.
And so she shows up. Members of her band show up. The drummer jumps up and gets on his beat, right?
Right.
And one of the guys from we know he's a good friend. He's from Romania. He was on bass. So we were all sitting there, and Devon was like, "Well, shoot, I'm gonna get up." I said, "Hell, I'm gonna get up on this, right?" So we start playing "No Diggity" by Blackstreet, and the audience everybody was just wilding out. Like everybody was just having a ball, right? And Judy Hill got up on the mic, grabbed the mic. Her and her singer was back there, and they were hitting it. And the crowd just was live. They were ripping it. They were living it up. And we had so much fun. By the time we looked at the clock, you know what time it was? It was about 2:40 something. We had to get back to the hotel, grab our stuff, get down there, catch a flight with no sleep hardly. We barely slept on the plane. We had to catch 2 flights because there was a connecting flight to where we need to go. We need to go to France. And so we had to catch 3 flights. We had to go through, not customs. I think it was customs. We had to go through it 3 times. So we barely slept. We got up there. We had to play the show. In France, with hardly no sleep, we were sitting there like this. We were on the stairs waiting for us to call us up. We were sitting there like this, just like. And then all of a sudden, we're like, man, I'm so tired. I'm like, Delvon Amari Trio. All right, here we go. I said, what the hell? I'm about to. I said, Delvon, you tired? He's like, yeah, I'm tired too. All right. And we played. I don't know how the hell we got through that show with no sleep, but we got through it. And we went back to the hotel, and I don't remember the rest after that. But that was one hell of a day. I said, you know what? It was worth it being super sleepy that day. It was worth it. It was super worth it to be half tired. But that jam session was. I'm glad we didn't miss that jam session for the world. But it was fun. And there's a short clip of it too, somewhere on Facebook somewhere. There's a short clip of it somewhere of us playing it, and Delvon sitting there, he rocking the keys, and we're playing Black Street, and we're just like do, like that. She's like, no diggity, we're like the back it, when we were doing that. That was fun. I was having fun. I was like, yeah, but yeah. That's what we did. So yeah, we had a blast though, man. It was just there's just things you remember. You're just like, we just going to Italy, going to those places, and sitting on the riverside. Especially when you're sitting by the like oceanside restaurants. Man, that's
right.
amazing. You're just like everything you see in a movie, you're like right there. The other thing I remember was. The one I remember we played in Monaco for the Prince of Monaco.
Oh.
Now that was something, right?
Oh.
We got asked by the Prince of Monaco for us to be his opening music as he walks down the red carpet.
Oh.
And so we catch a flight. They put us up in this expensive hotel, right? I mean, expensive. Where you're talking about the water so blue. The water is as blue as the sky. No lie. Never seen water that blue in my life up close. So we're in this big suite, giant suite. You're talking about people with a lot of money here because these people are rolling around with what they call it. I mean, when you see a Rolex diamond watch on the wall, they rich.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're sitting out there, and I'm looking at the water, and it's just crystal blue, like powder blue, like nothing I've ever seen before. And and they got like a $700, $800 or maybe $1,000 bottle of wine. I don't drink, but that was nice to see. So we're all walking out there, and I was like, first thing I said to myself, I said, man, okay, these people looking good. I said, I was at the airport. I said, I'll buy me a watch. Like the rich people, I was like, whoa, and everybody's dressed to the nine. Like they're just dressed. And the hotel, it's like you go in there, you got a bathroom, bidet. Sorry, I had to bring that up there. You have a bidet. They have all this expensive soap and hair products. You're like, whoa! I feel like Joey Lawrence in Blossom. I was like, whoa! You know what I mean? Like. I sat there and I just watched that and I was just like, man, this is amazing. This is crazy, to watch this. And we watched it and it blew me away. Like, it was just amazing to be in that. And so we get there and we get to the venue and it's like, it's us, John Legend. John Legend is like in the dressing room next to us. And so he's like, I think the Prince was like requested for us to play Tacoma Black Party, but we didn't get to because he was running festival late. So we didn't know where to put the song at. So we're sitting there. Amy's got it on film somewhere on her camera, like on her phone. And so we're walking, and this is exactly how it was. They had so much, not only security, but they had so many sound people. Like they had like people like who helped us. Like I had probably 4 people to myself, just me. Delvon had, I think, 4 people. We all had maybe, I think it was something like that, maybe 3 or 4 people. And they like brought up this it looked like a spanking new Hammond B3. They brought this drum set that was brand new. They had the amp was fresh out the box. Like it had never been used. They just bought it. Like to them that was nothing. Like they're like, oh, $800 amp. Yeah, that's nothing to us. You know what I mean? That's like a drop in the bucket for them. And so they put that up and they took care of that. So we got on stage and it's just like the Grammys too. I mean, they had crystal champagne glasses and bits of silverware and all that stuff. And we're sitting there, we're all dressed up in our nicest gear and we're walking and all of a sudden we're playing, and so we're next to the red carpet. So we're the band right next to the red carpet as he walks in, and so we're playing there like, and then all of a sudden everybody stands up and says, "He must be here," right? And here comes the prince. He's strolling out, and he's just like, he looks at us, and he's like, and he's like rocking out to what we were doing, and he walked down the red carpet. He's like, and he loved it. He was like rocking out to it all the way down down the carpet, the red carpet. So we're like, man, the Prince of Monaco, wow, and it's just like, this is people who got millions of dollars, you know what I mean? Like rolling around. But it was great, you know what I mean? It's like, I've never been in a rich place like that, because I've always heard about Monaco, but I never knew.
Right.
But it was fun, man. And I mean, nobody disrespected us. Nobody ever was like, looked at us funny because we were dressed like everybody else. Nobody cared, It's just like, they dress how they want to dress, and they were just like, they didn't look at us like, yeah, Everybody was out there driving, in Bentleys and Benzes and Mercedes Benz, the most expensive car, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, all that stuff, But nobody ever looked at us like, you don't look like the rest of us, It was like,
right,
And then we, and it's just like, even like we had the bell people. The bell people were so nice. They made sure they like took all our stuff up. They took my guitars and laid them on the bed. Made sure they were on a pillow, and I'm like, "Oh, you guys are some service here. You guys put it on a pillow, like all that." And they're like, "Is there anything you need, or is there anything you want?" Like, you can ring a button. They're like, "Is there anything?" They're right there. Like, "Is there anything you need? You need any hot towels? You need anything? Any soaps or anything, or anything that needs to be?" It was like, "Whoa, I've never, to experience that is something." But it was a fun party had by all. And then after that, one group went on after us, and then John Legend came up to Del Var. I didn't get to meet him, but John Legend came up and really commented how much he loved the music, And then everybody else, like after that, people partied all night till the break of dawn. Like that's all they did. They partied. All I heard was like disco stuff, like, and I heard a bunch of Chic. I heard Good Times playing across from my hotel. I was like, I was sitting out on the patio, like, these are the good times. You know what I mean? I didn't care. I was just like, man, we were having a ball. But yeah, man, there's so much stuff to talk about on that. But it was great. I wouldn't change it for the world.
Wow, Prince of Monaco.
Yeah, that was a fun one. But then all of them were fun. I mean, it's so much. Like I took so many pictures I have never posted online. It was so many pictures. You know what I mean? That I had to go get another gigabyte card to hold not only my music, but my videos and my pictures. And then upload them to a cloud and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was a summer gun, but I loved it. Like I love every bit of it. And I wouldn't miss it for the world. It was great.
How do you stay so humble with all these blessings?
My mother. But I've always been. I've never thought of myself as anything. But it's just like I feel like I always felt. It's like it hasn't really changed anything. It's like I don't. My mother always keeps me in that. My sisters would, too. If they were here, but. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not something I just go out and say, "Oh, I'm this and that." That's something I don't do that. It's just like I feel like there's always something more to do, And I just, I don't take it for granted. It's like everything you get, you're just like, man, take this because you never know, And so it's just, I love it, and it's like I don't feel no different than I felt before, Like I feel the same way as I've always felt, I just always learning about people. I want to learn about people. I want to learn about where things come from, where people come from, how they do this, what's their way of thinking, what's your thought process, what's your culture, what's the food you like to eat, what's this. Those are things that interest me a lot, and it's, and it also influences you musically too, in a lot of ways, Well, that's where I'm at with it. But it's like, I look at it, it's just like, I'm just happy to have anything, and it's just like, I'm willing to work for it, and that's where I'm at,
I while you were doing all the talking and you were playing, guitar in between, I've got this great show idea for you, a reality show. You
Okay.
set out, you set out, a beach, doesn't matter where it is, and you just watch people all day long.
Mm-hmm.
And you find a mood and you just start noodling, playing
Mm-hmm.
around and recording it and
Right.
put an album together based on that.
Yeah. I've thought about it. I thought about a lot of things. It's just like there's a guy actually from Spain. I think he's from Spain or Brazil, one of the two. This Brazil.
Right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought me some poetry, and he wanted me to play to the poetry. So I have to sit with it. I like to see what it makes me feel. And if I feel like playing something, I'm like, okay, I'll play something. Because like sometimes I'll get away and I might play something like, I don't know. Let's see. Where am I gonna start? I don't know. Like I might be like, you know what I mean? Like because right now it's like there's not much sunlight, so I might be like you know what I mean? Something like that. And so I hear certain things, and I just do that. And like I said, I could be somewhere out in the middle of a forest somewhere, and I mean, not that I would ever sit in the middle of a forest, but
Right.
something like that, and that just makes me feel like playing a certain thing. Like anything that happens, it's just like I just sit there and I think of things all day long. I don't even know if I don't even think I think of it. I just play it. You know, I just have to go with whatever my heart feels. Whatever feels good to me at that moment, and I have to get it out. And a lot of times, that's the reason why I have my guitars next to me. I always have them next to me, and I have my phone. So sometimes I even like in the middle of a dream, I'll hear a song like I might be dreaming, and I hear a song in my dream, and I'm like, "What's that?" And I hear it in my dream, and I wake up and I get the guitar out, and I get my phone, and I try to replicate whatever melody I heard in my dream, and then I just put it down, and then go back to sleep. You know.
Wow. So
Yeah,
how
I
many?
don't.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Now I was gonna just say, how many musical instruments do you own? Do you own like tons?
I mean, I have an
Of,
acoustic. I have acoustic. I have a bass. I have a
okay.
strat that I have two strats. One is just like a kind of a beat up one. No, there's one done to beat up, but there's one that's kind of like one that I let my friend borrow. It's kind of just like
Hmm.
it's kind of whatever it is. It's a beater. And then I got my strat, my baby one, and then I got electric sitar,
Oh.
Telecaster, and I got a um and my silver tone, the red one that I always play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like when I feel like quiet time, that's why I'm playing like the acoustic a lot of times. See, I can never put it down because I'm always playing it, you know.
Right.
But and then I have like the other guitars and stuff like that. But it's like I just play certain ones that it fits my mood. If I fit my mood, then I'm like like I said, I can be like like right now it's just quiet time for me, so I might what I mean. And it's funny because I feel like it sounds like I'm playing Never Can Say Goodbye. That
Mm-hmm.
you know, never can say goodbye.
No, 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 no.
It's like that.
Even though I can't find myself without heading for the door. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and it's like, and then like, you know, Okay. You know, yeah. Yeah, see, that's like that seems to happen with me. It's song I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Jackson 5, I love that song, Um, but yeah, that's just that's where I'm at with it, in a lot of ways, just I hear different things, I hear different musics, certain things that I feel, it's like, who knows what I might play the next day, I might say, hey, I feel like playing this, because I remember one night we were playing like the organ trio, we were playing like someone like we're going, you know, we,
Mm.
Jolene, 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 oh, please don't take my man,
Yeah. Jolie.
just music because the band, and me, Jolene, I mean, like, yeah, we did
Yeah.
that one time. We were like, man, I was like, because I said, Delvon, I love that song. He's like, man, me too. He was like, yeah, man, let's do that by Dolly Parton, man, Jolene.
Mhm.
And we did it, and it's like, no, everybody plays it, especially an organ trio. But we were like, yeah, we want to play it because we like it. You know what I mean? Like I like country and western. Let's play some country and western. So we did it. It's like anything can be possible. You want to go there with it? Let's go there with it. Like I like it. So yeah, it's like shoot. Who's to say we might come out with a whole country and western album? It might
That's
happen.
right.
And then all of a sudden, Organ Trio does country and western songs. All right, let's do some
Mm-hmm.
stuff by Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn. You know, some Hank Williams and stuff like that. Why not? I feel like why not? It's possible. You know. And to say that you can't do it, it's why not? I love it. I'll do it because Sorry, make sure I didn't knock that over there. But yeah, and so hold on. Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Give me a second. Hold on. Let me go grab a glass of water. I am
right,
sweating up in here.
Yeah,
I
go
am
right
sweating. I am. Oh boy. No, I was like that, but yeah. I mean, that's. I hope everybody can still hear me. Hopefully
yeah.
everybody's still online. Is everybody still online?
Oh, everybody's still online.
They're still there? Okay. Sorry I had to step
Yep.
away. Everybody have to give me a glass of some water. Because I was really thirsty. Man, I ain't gonna run to the store and get a Gatorade while we're still on the phone call.
The last when we talked the other day, and it was just casual. We were on the phone for almost 2 hours.
Yeah. Shoot, make me wanna we sit there. If I'm on this phone call, I'll be out here. Next thing you know, I'll be like, what are you doing back there? I'm just making some Kool-Aid right quick in the picture. I'm raspberry. Put some ice in there, be like, hey, you sipping Kool-Aid? Yep, I'm making Kool-Aid right now as we speak. No, it's fine. But it's like,
go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I don't know. I was just babbling.
So, do you teach music? You teach guitar?
You know what? I've been asked, and people have had me do it, and I started trying to do it. I to be quite honest, I'm like, because I'm like half the time I'm like, what am I gonna do? Because some people ask, this question, I'm like, you teach it, and I said I'll try, because half the time I don't even know half the names of the chords of them songs, them parts. I'm like, I don't know
right.
What's this chord here, and I feel bad because I don't want to, I'm like, I'll try my best, to try to give something, I can't guarantee that it's going to be, like I'm going to know the terminology for all the chords. It's just like, I know it's in this key. I mean, I know like major, minor, something like that, but when it comes down to the other stuff, I might not know the terminology on it. I'm just like, well, this is what I've heard on the record, so I don't quite know what it means, but this is the chord that I hear. and I may show it and be like, oh, well, this is what I play on it. But it might be called something else, and they might know, be like, oh, it's an A6 chord. I'm like, I didn't know that. No, that sounded right on the record, and that's the thing, it's like that's the thing. It's like I'm self-taught, through my ears, and stuff like that. So it's like I don't know the names of all of what it is, but I mean I can show this is how I do it, and then you can take from that and say, okay, well I'm gonna put my own little thing to it and do that, and that's the beautiful thing about it, But like I said, I can't, I don't know all the terminology for it. I'm a self-taught cat, listen to blues records, and stuff like that. And that's how I learned from listening to that,
I do have a favor to ask of you.
Okay.
I need to step away for a quick minute. Could you play something bluesy on your acoustic?
Okay. Well, here, let me turn this light on because I'm sitting over here. Let me see. There you go. Now, you see me better now. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me go and try to put this up here while I play the blues here. Use that for it.
There you go.
Let's see, slow or fast or medium.
I'll let you pick it, because the floor is yours. You get to play host for a minute or two. It's all yours. I'll be back.
I'm not gonna do no singing though.
Okay.
Let's see.
And I'll turn my back around. To stay here. Turn back around. I don't live lonely.
I don't know what. I don't know if I could hear it. I don't know. I was just trying to make up something as it went along. I was like, I'm just trying to
No, that
make
was
up some
nice.
shit. You know, like, just get into some things, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, if I plugged my electric in, which I could,
Right.
let's see, let's just see what happens. Maybe they'll hear it more. I don't know.
You
I feel
know,
like playing. I feel like playing my electric for a second.
go ahead. You know you're about 19 minutes away from breaking the record.
19 minutes away. Okay, well, shoot. By the time it'll be an hour away. By the time I break the record, I'm like, man, you've been on here for like 4 hours. Like, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Sorry, everybody got to see my butt here.
It's all good.
They're like, rump, shake my butt. Like, yeah, that's the thing. They be like, let's see if we can hear this old amp. Let's see if this old amp can do something. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
And figure it out. I got my windows open so people outside can hear it too.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. I don't know what I'm gonna play. I might just play something instrumental, maybe.
Okay.
I might try to. There we go. Let's see. Let's try that. I want to try that blues again. See what happens on electric here.
All
I might
right.
try to play.
Oh. Yeah.
something like that. I don't know. I was just playing something crazy,
I
but you
like
know.
that. I like that. I like that. That's right.
Oh no, I just
Uh,
listen. I don't know. I just made that up as I went along. You know, it's like let's see. Yeah, I just like play it as like go along. You know, it's
mm-hmm.
just like I like to play songs like like when I say the soul songs like there's what is it like I like what's that song Delphonics La La means I love you where it's just like
Mm-hmm.
I say come easy like that.
In the summer rain, it's the meanest thing. Why don't you let me try?
And there's like and there's like
La 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 la. I love you.
right.
I love you.
You know, there's just like you know what I mean? Like you hear those songs where you hear songs like that and uh you know, another one I like, my friends from Friendly Hot Drops hit me with this song. Bobby Womack wrote it was
Oh.
and everybody knows the other part.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
I'm in Love by Wilson Pickett, you know. Bobby Womack
Mm-hmm.
wrote that. Yeah, I mean, I like that stuff, It's just like those are like the go-to tunes, that you think about. You're like, oh, okay, you know, um, even like, even like, like there's a song I like by Curtis Mayfield called "Soulful Love." That was heard.
Oh.
I heard it was like, um, you know, what I mean. He's just stuff like that. Um, there's a song he did. There's a lot of Curtis stuff I've been listening to. Trust the Colors. That's
Mm-hmm.
they, you know, You know what I mean? Like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you hear that stuff all day. You know, it's like not even hearing it all day long, but I just love it. Like it's you know, it's like I love that stuff because it's just fantastic. You know, it's like you know, Curtis Mayfield, especially the stuff with the impressions. You know, I really dig that stuff a lot. You know, and you know, you said I'm. What else was I gonna say? What other songs I've been listening to? What was that? Is that? Is that?
Turn Back the Hands of Time by Tyrone
Yep.
Davis.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like you hear that song, you hear songs like that, you know, or the other one, and the trio plays it, but I'm playing in the key originally is that.
Oh yeah, I know that one. Can I change my mind?
Yep. You know, I mean, you hear stuff like that. The other thing I've been listening to, like, what else is there? You know, another one I like is Marvin Gaye's and Tevin Terrell. That.
Oh yeah.
And, you know what I mean? It's like you get into that stuff, and it's just like we just sit there with that stuff. I mean, I sit there with that stuff all day long. You know, even like one song I really want to sit there and figure out if I could. I'm gonna sit with it because I've been trying to learn it. Was
Ain't nothing like the real thing. Uh-huh. Ain't nothing baby. Ain't nothing like the real thing.
you know, yeah, like sitting with that stuff. It's like, what's it? Oh, what did she say? Okay, hold on, make sure. Okay, all right, all right. That was my manager. No, she just was like making sure everybody's taking care of themselves and stuff. But yeah, we you know we get into like a lot of stuff like the other one I've been also listening to is
I'd rather go blind.
yeah.
Also, Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we get into it's like we sit around and you listen to soul and you're like, man, this is what it's all about. This is what we're into, and you know, you know, but yeah, we listen to that. I've listened to, like I said, Motown. One of my favorite songs. It took me a minute. I did it on our promo, and I had to do it. Was my favorite song from when I was a child, Johnny Taylor, "Who's Making Love." That you know what I mean. I was like, I forget the bridge. I messed up, but you know, and then into the late Betty Wright. That
Clean up woman.
it was like I mean, and then like I hear those songs, man, and I was just like, that's all we were thinking about was a lot of that stuff. Like we like another song I really love. And I only played it once. Was this one? You'll know it. Was it? What a man, Linda Lydell, and stuff like that. And we just get into that whole thing, like it's just we listen to a lot of that stuff, and like I said, when I was talking about Smokey Robinson and all those people, the whole, I'm sorry, I'm playing a short version of this, but.
Only from that maybe you go away and never part. It's a wrong way. Oh, that is not a part. That would only break my heart. Oh, and if you feel like loving me, if you got no shine.
Yep. Yeah, that's a fun one. Of course.
Oh yeah.
That's one I love to play about the Temptations. The other one I like about the Temptations.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, like, yep, yeah, all day long. You know, it's just like you grew up with that. You hear those sort of things. You know, you can't help it. You know, and stuff like that. And we just get into, you know, like I said, we. Why am I doing that? I get into all that stuff, and you know, and it's just like, you know, I've been doing that. I've been listening to another one. It took me forever in the day trying to figure out how to do that intro right, but you know what I mean. And you know, it's funny. A lot of people probably don't know this, but that song was originally written for Aretha Franklin, and she turned it down. A lot of people don't know that song was originally written for her. She turned it down because it was too risque, and she didn't think it was going to be a hit. But then Dusty Springfield did it, and then Aretha went back and recut it. You know what I mean? But imagine what Aretha would have sounded like when you heard that. Just
I know.
Reach the sun. You know, at least to play that Fender Rose part. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy to just know that what that song would have become. Imagine if Aretha had sung that song, you know. But then she didn't really need to because she had, you know, she had
everything else in the belt. Oh yeah.
You know, and
baby, I got what you need. You know I got it.
you know, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's all day long, you know, it's just, that's the thing, that's the groove, you know, it's just like, make sure that my battery's good. Shoot, it's at like 11% right now.
Oh, it just left. I knew we were going to continue to talk on and on. I think his battery kind of went out. We'll see if he's going to come back or not. We are currently at 3 hours and 29 minutes. Jimmy did break the record. He is currently the record holder for the longest interview. Uh-oh, I think he's back. There he goes.
There I am again. Once more again. I have to, like, I was like, you know, yeah. Crazy.
So can you rock out for us a little bit?
I don't know. Let's see. What would I play? You know what? I might. I don't know if I can shoot. Should I? Yeah. Why not? Well, I still got like 11. Shoot, I might not beat your friend. I might not beat that interview record because of unless I turn my phone sideways.
You know what? You already have. We're at 3 hours and 30 minutes. You beat the record.
Oh, I did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Let me see. I'll try not to sing because of my sing. I can't stand the sound of my voice. Let's see. Man, I didn't know. I didn't know I beat the record already.
Yeah.
Yeah, with only 10% on my phone. You know, I'm not gonna destroy the neighbor's ears. Just only everybody. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right. Whoa. All right, it might be a little loud. I'm gonna do a song by the genius of the guitar from Seattle, Jimi Hendrix. Let's see.
Okay.
You know what? Let me try something else. Hold on. You know what? I'm gonna try something else. I'm gonna try something. Always play.
All right.
I'm gonna try something different. Hey Joe, where you going that day ahead? Hey Joe, where you going that day ahead? Gonna shoot my lady. Caught a mess around with another man. Gonna shoot my lady. Caught a mess around with another man. Oh, hey Joe, aren't you such a lady down? Shut it down the ground. Hey Joe, aren't you such a lady down? Shut it down the ground. Yes, I did. I shot for that's my child. Yes, I did. I shot for that's my child. Hey Joe, where you going to now? Hey Joe, where you going to now? I'm going down south, going down to Mexico Way. Going down south, going down south.
Yeah.
I could be free. I ain't no hangman, girl.
Hey, Joe. Something like
Ain't
that. Let's see what happens. But
well, you have officially
I try not to sing at all. I promise you, I cannot stand the sound of my own voice.
You sound great. You kind of like transform there. You know, you should. It works for you.
Oh, thank you. I'm still figuring it out. I'm like, are they hearing me? I hope they're not hearing me.
Oh yeah.
I tried to turn it up so they can't hear the rest of it. You know, like, oh, what's he sound like right now? Let's sing. You know, but it's just like I do it for fun. But I'm nervous singing in front of a crowd. But then again, I posted videos of me singing, so I guess I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So hold on a second. Hold on. Because I don't want it to go out. I only got 5%. Hold on, so I'm gonna train sideways.
All right.
Hold on. No, I might. You know what? I might be able to just keep it like this. There you go. There you go. It's gonna be kind of. That's gonna be kind of weird. I might have to do it this way. There we go. Now I'm upside down.
Now you're upside down. Yep. Now you're going. Yeah, he went off for a little bit again. This has been fun. It's been a lot of fun for me. You could, as you well can see, that Jimmy just very down to earth. Been playing songs and such. Oh, here he goes. He's
my screen is doing that now. Is it blinking?
Oh, now you. It is. It's got the green flashing. All right. Well, he'll be right back. So he's trying to get all that straightened out. But this has been a lot of fun. I have not sang, even home, not publicly in a long, long time here. So this has been a lot of fun for me. I enjoyed it. Uh-oh. See if he's still back or not. Not quite yet. So I do this interview thing. I just started back this week. I took a little bit of time off, because of, current events and everything was going on. I just kind of ceased production on doing this. And I started back because you know what? The world just needs music right now. It really does. It needs a lot of unity and a lot of healing. And music is definitely a healer. So I said, well, I'm bringing it back and, inviting everybody that I can. Oh my goodness. I mean, all of this is part of the Legend series. And the Legend series started as an idea because I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people in the industry. It's like, well, who is this woman and how did she get started? Well, I was a singer myself. I am a singer. And I've been blessed to have traveled all over the place, all over the country. I even did some singing over in Spain Got a chance to do that once upon a time in life. And up until about 2018, I decided, I'm like, you know what? I need a break. So I decided to take a break from it. And I came up with the radio takeover with D Rivers in June of 2019. It started out as videos, like rock videos, because my show is mainly rock focused. And I will expand to other genres, but the focus was mainly rock, because that's something that I really like. And I do believe that Jamie is, well, I think he's back. Let's see.
Okay, stay right there. My phone is at 1%, so it's about to go out again. Probably.
There you go. You know what? We're gonna just you're at 3 hours and 41 minutes. You definitely broke the record. So I'm gonna say thank you so much for this. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, sorry.
And
calling me and they know I'm on this same time. Okay, can you hear me? Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay, but we got to do this again. We got to do it again.
Oh, definitely. Sorry, yeah, I'm at 1%. My charger's trying to keep up now. So see, I told you my battery will run out while we're talking.
I'll invite you back. This is not the end. You're definitely coming back, Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I'm going to let you recharge your battery, and I'll talk to you on the flip side.
Okay, sounds good.
All right,
thank you guys. Thank everybody for having me up here on this. It was fun. But yeah, we got to do it again. The next time we'll talk for like 5 hours, 10 hours.
Take care, everybody. Thanks.
All right. All right.